fight with one of the others. We had the police called here at one point. Like they were just over it. Like I can't even give them shit. It seems like they were dealing with a bunch of garbage, right? Let's see. Mentally, I've just been fucked. Like I was told by a specific person that I probably don't understand what they're saying in detail unless I took Adderall, and I was a dumbass. Like, yeah, yeah, you know what? Fuck you. Yeah, do it. And then I remembered why I stopped taking Adderall very quickly, because I was up for like, dude, yeah, no, fuck that. I feel like just to put out there, if you talk to someone and they tell you you can't understand what they're saying unless you take a drug, they're probably not worth talking to. Like that's, I probably don't,
You
you
don't
know.
need to tell me, sister. Uh,
Yeah,
I
like
already know
I'm
that.
just saying, it could be a good like family. They're either like retarded or they're doing it on purpose, sort of thing. Anyway, so yeah, we got that going on. Fucking, I don't know. I've been absolutely abysmal. This year's been a complete and utter shit fest for me, to be real. I'm hoping I'm trying to get it to where like 2026 I can kind of do my own thing, not really care. But yeah, this has been a hell of a mess on pretty much every level, man. Like, I don't know, families gone to shit. Like, it just seems like a really shitty year. Like, I don't know if it's like bad RNG or
What happened to your
something, but
family?
I don't know. My sister is like fucking depressed as piss. I don't know, just a bunch of random like
Like the modern the more American lady's life. Aren't they all depressed?
no, more like okay, more like my dad passed away, and like I don't have any of the belongings or like memorabilia from my childhood. They're all like kept in a storage unit. So like I'm having to like try and like get it without it becoming a legal issue. Since I'm poor, trying to get my belongings back. A lot of them are also like my grandmother. I don't know, fucking. It's a bunch of fucking random ass RNG elements all at the same time. Like I don't know, I have scrapbooks. But basically most of my childhood is just in some random bitch's house right now, and like there's not really any way we can. Like I can't go. Like I live in Washington State, and she lives in Georgia, so it's not like I can just fly out and then take I don't know how like what would it be like 50 pounds worth of belongings back over on a plane or anything. And my sister who lives like very close to the area is completely gridlocked. Like I don't know if
Mm.
you. I think we were talking before you went on the trip, like had the whole house situation going on.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like the
Right,
the
this was ages
female,
ago, the house.
yeah, it was in I got fuck you money from it, right? Like in around like April, I got about $13,000 from the home. I didn't want it sold. I wanted it to be rented out. It was the home I was like raised in. Same with my sister. Like we were both raised in. That was our house. My mom and my father bought it as our house, and this bitch just kind of took it after,
Why'd you say it like that? So rude.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, she's not really. She basically took a house and then she got around like 50. She sold my childhood home and then took all my belongings and is pawning them off. So yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
And who was
That
this
she knew
lady?
my father for like 3 years. I'm not gonna put her name out or anything, obviously, but she's just someone that he met from a bakery job around
Big ups.
yeah, 2018 actually.
And you called her a
So
bitch because
oh, because she's a bitch. Yeah, because she's a bitch. That's why I called her a bitch. And she's an
okay,
absolute bitch. Yeah, yep, absolutely.
so
So
descriptive.
I'm gonna
You have
go
a way
through
with
my.
words.
I do have a way with words, sir. I'm very attuned to talking well when it comes to how I feel. Anyway, that's happening, and it's just been a really shitty year, to be honest. I don't know. I'm keeping my head up. I've been like conflicted on what I want to do next because of school. If I want to like just do some grant bullshit and try and fail and do biomed or something,
It's really funny because I was talking to my mom's. I've been talking this for a while, but yeah, thinking about maybe I should go to university. Um, and so apprehensive to go just because fuck, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I could go for years doing something.
I
When
mean,
I absolutely hated school.
yeah, like okay, it's like what do you want to do in university though? Like, is that the real
Yeah, I already
question?
know
Like
what
they
I
all
want to do.
Yeah, but like what would it take? Are you doing it for? Are you going to university for credentials for an interest you
Credentials,
have?
yeah.
Like, it's, yeah, right. So, yeah, that just becomes like a dollar sign at some level, and then abiding the university. Like,
Actually, a pound sign,
I don't
but
yeah, pound sign. Sorry, pound sign. My apologies.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's all it ends up being. Like I live next to UW, and it's like one thing that's really demotivated me from going, and it's at least like one, I don't have the money to do it, regardless,
Hmm.
and I'd be the rest of my life. With the interest I wanted to, I just see people in that field, and like they're just like in debt. People my age, they're doing like masters and whatnot, and they're just like they either coked out or just the most
Coked
despondent.
out.
Yeah, no, the stimulant thing's like massive, and at least in the area I live when it comes to doing school. You know,
Sucks.
yeah, no, it's not fun. It's not fun to watch either. So yeah, I know. It's really demotivated me from going on that.
For me,
I
I didn't even see it like that. I have to ask so many more questions for people that go into university. It's like, wait, people use stimulants and drugs. I just want to know what the workload is because honestly, I just want to play fucking video games.
It's
To be honest.
completely based on the. It depends on what you're doing, right? I mean, a good example is comparing like what would you say, like someone doing a political major versus like a physics major or something,
A
right? If
political
you're,
major must
you
be
know,
Mickey Mouse.
it's more like Freaker, like some German player. I've kind of like shattered their whole experience. They got into a dorm recently. You know, there's like if you want to get the nitty gritty, you also like there's I don't know, like they had like a group project that like was part of like I think it was like 20% of the grade or something, and then like a few people in the group just dropped out or were just no like not doing it. Yeah, no, it was horrible. Yeah, it was really like I've had a horrible experience with it.
uh,
And that's all the money invested to do it as well. Like just on a doing it level, there's just
hmm.
complete and utter out. Yeah, yeah. You could get deeper and like it depends on where you're going and whatnot. But
Also,
honestly,
what's
it's
the
not.
experience like too? Because for me, it's I didn't even think about the experience. For me, it's just like, oh, I'm just gonna go and get my creds and go. I'm not thinking about because you already know me. I'm a gamer. I exist. I exist within the
Yeah, you speed
games.
on that.
You said?
No, that's a whole category of people. Like if you're looking at it on a social level, it's just a bunch of really confused kids going into something they think they want to do. Normally with their parents' money, but if not, they're probably speedrunning it.
Hmm.
Just say like a lot of the UW kids, I get to see the out of it, like when they get off of their classes and do jobs and try and socialize with people outside of it. And it's nothing but like bullshit. Like really,
You
like
think so?
it's just so socially, like it's really hard. Like it's really hard to make friends there. You know how there's like a weird social hierarchy and like what do you say, younger grades like people being like bullying, like just social cues, standards, boo boo
Sure.
type shit. Not really fun. Like I know at UW, there's such a like level of class there that it's like you have like fucking multi-millionaires going in and just like fuck it, like I'm just gonna dance around, get my grades, blah blah blah. Then you have like people that like work their ass off to get there. It's a huge. Then you got some like old like 60-year-old in the class, like in the same class as you. You got some like punked like all doing the same class at the same time. When it comes to socialization, it's horrible. Most of the time, I mean, you got like fraternities and shit. I guess if you're like in that sort
You
of
sound so fatalist. I have to ask somebody else.
totally, yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, like on a social level, it just seems really like bad. That's all I'm saying.
That's so funny. I have
Yeah,
to ask
yeah. I
more
mean,
people. Yeah.
yeah, talking to like I don't know. I'm just saying from talking to probably too many people that have gone to that at least the school like UW specifically. It just seems really
You
bad.
exist in a completely different realm to me. I see it as I've existed in this gamer realm for so long that I actually realize that people exist in I'm in, I'm a 3D being, but I'm in like the sixth dimension. I've got three dimensions, but I've got the sixth dimension, I've got the third dimension, I've got like the 17th dimension. You just exist within different dimensions. I'm like, okay, we have the sixth and the 17th, but the third dimension is completely different for you and for me. Or you don't have a third dimension, you have a 15th. I'm just going, yeah, all for me, substances. I just don't exist in a world where people use substances at all. So
Yeah, no one normally talks about that part. But it's really really relevant to for instance, for my sister doing her master's right now in the UGA as a veterinarian, I mean she was just like dumping on me, like she's having to take like Xanax and shit to like just
Fuck,
not
what a
stress out.
bum.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, I mean she's damn probably smarter than me, but it's just what it be like, just
Oh, I
extreme.
love that. I love that flex. He's probably smarter than me. I love how there's a little bit of, there's a maybe there. Okay. I didn't know you moved like that.
Okay, stop. I'm just saying, well, like, I'm sorry. I've talked to people that have like post graduation. It depends on what you're doing, obviously, but I'm more than like the biomed field, or when it comes to like that sort of thing, and anything STEM related. Like it just seems like you have to robot yourself out for it a lot. Like you'll see a lot if you go into it like a gamer or something, like you said, then yeah, you just become extremely robotic, and then like I don't know. It depends on what you're doing. It was like history of some sort. Then it's a bit calmer, obviously, as
Fuck,
you
history would
consider.
just sound so good to me. Just like encyclopedically remembering things. That's just me. For me, it's I can do that really easily. But
There's so
I,
much
I
money in the meta. Then like it's a competitive. I equate it to like the IT field almost. A
mhm.
lot of it's mixed as well. Like bioinformatics, for instance, like that whole fucking jargon Scott thing is a yeah.
I don't know what the fuck bioinformatics is. Sounds.
It's the things like your heart rate and whatnot, like being able to
Mhm.
track and log your health data through websites on other ends. Just being able to like do like
What I want to do
everything
is
from
just
like
do.
MRI works to you know fucking
That sounds so
probably.
dead to me. Everything that you said. Honestly, I was thinking, oh, university sounds so good because it's just this. But for me, mathematically, the way I'm thinking about it is like you go to this place where it's just for learning and like, so scholarly. That to me, I'm thinking because for me, I've been steeped in history and I never enjoyed learning. So learning, I care about like grammar and shit. My grammar was awful at school. Yeah, I left school. I was one of the worst at um maybe not speaking English, but in terms of just writing and in any sort of grammatical consistency. I remember when I was in a lesson and it was this. I could tell when I was in. There are different sets, like set one's the highest, set four's the bottom. When I was in a set with a bunch of people that were from set four, I knew, wait, why am I learning about commas? I already know how to use commas. Then I wanted to blow my fucking brains out. That's how stupid they thought I was. They put me in a lesson with a bunch of people that were, inferior to me, and I had to learn about how to use commas. Oh, fuck that. I felt so offended. But the thing is, I still didn't know how to use commas correctly. I did, or at least like to the level of pedantry that I do now. I definitely didn't. Um, and so I hated school. Genuinely hated school. Um, it doesn't help too that seriously needed some sort of eyewear, and
You
I
can't
was
even
I
see
was
what's on the
very
page.
I was very mono. So I'm never wearing glasses ever. What the fuck? Why would I rely on something to do something? So for me, it's just
Yeah.
I couldn't even. Nah, it was just awful. It's just I don't even need to say anymore. It sounds
No,
it sounds
understandable.
AIDS already.
Yeah, like
So
I don't want to demotivate going to university in any way, mind you. I'm just saying it really like to give a positive aspect, like
you don't
especially
need
if
to do
you're
any positive shit. Oh, the positive. No, for me,
I don't want to put it
I'm just
literally. It's
explaining
like
how I feel. I just want to know how you feel.
if you're doing it for STEM, then have fun. Become a robot essentially that can socialize with other robots. Have fun with that one. Yeah,
What you
when it
mean
comes
by
to history and
robots?
whatnot, more of a nonchalantness to it as you're talking about the past. I mean, I know that sounds really weird, but yeah, it's not as unless you're talking about the exams and whatnot. Normally, you at least like if you actually are going there to like learn things or processes of how to analyze things. It's a good. History is pretty chill. It also really depends on where you're going and all that. Like I don't know. It's mainly STEM for me. Like since I see it in like I guess a semi STEM oriented manner, it's just a bit different. isn't like what do you say? Pearson's like you're not trying to get a job at Pearson if you are going into university for something like history or anthropology or something like
Fuck is
that.
Pearson's. The
Pearson's
Pearson's.
is one of the Pearson is one of the biggest distributors of history books in the United States. It's like that, and I don't think McGraw Hill maybe as well, but Pearson mainly. It's what's used for a lot of schooling. Normally, people that go into like at least for a career aspect, a lot of people that go into history do it to teach it at some point, and that just cycles back into like K-12 studies the majority of the time, unless they want to become a professor. Yeah, it's not like there's like meanwhile like with STEM or something, you're trying to get an apprenticeship at like I don't know Hanger Clinic for prosthetics or some random shit. You want to try to get like a Allen Institute apprenticeship, internship sort of thing, and so, like it's a very competitive. And most people dealing with it are extremely robotic, like teachers, students, you name it.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So stupid. I don't even know what you mean by robotic. Is in AI drone. Let's do
AI
this.
going, yeah, drone's a better term for sure. Yeah, like drone. Essentially, you got to do the thing. If you don't do the thing, you can't do the thing. Yeah, if you want to or not.
I have no ambition. Thing is, I'm completely unambitious in terms of where I want to work. To be honest, in terms of career, for me, it's make enough money and then do my own thing and learn
Yeah,
as much.
that's
Get as much information adjacent to the thing I want to do for real. And then, okay, well, I'm sort of working in an adjacent field, so I can build up connects or build up just information in general, and then be able to pursue whatever the fuck I want to. Because for me, um, I actually realized that for me it was I was always good at math when I was a kid. That was definitely my strong subject, and and science too. Science was when I left school. Science was still my strongest. I don't know how science was my strongest, but um, but maths. Um, I left when I left school. It was lower than my English, and that was the first year I had a lower score for mathematics in comparison to my English. And so I actually realized that I actually prefer the more creative pursuits in terms of I actually really care about the pedantry of you know how you use certain words and how that conveys a certain thing, or just an analysis of art or building something. I like analyzing games or whatever, and for me, that's a very creative out pursuit in terms of yeah, I know how I want my things to look like. I have a very specific bias in terms of yeah, this is what the UI should look like. I have a For me, it's like all about design, and that's what I care about, and it's from my own like Hitlerian, because I'm a fucking Nazi when it comes to AI. AI, sorry, UI. Where for me it has to be my way because I know the best, and I will critique endlessly. Oh, this AI looks like shit. Oh, this is non-functional. This is superfluous. Why does it got a delay? Blah blah blah. And so the creative pursuits are actually things that, looking back on it, those are actually the most enjoyable parts of school, which were the creative pursuits and where you could really talk about anything. Um, and so I'd want to do something that is and this is my in terms of my free time and building something that I want to, definitely would want to just go into going into I'm really apprehensive about doing anything to do with like gaming, but fuck, I would love to do something to do with gaming. But I'm the fucking boss. I'm making my own shit. For me, making a fat indie game, learning how to do that. For me, it's
yeah. Like I was gonna say, like
that's what
once
I'd
you
want to do.
understand how critique, or at least how it's seen in an academic field works, then I mean, it's really up to you what you do with it. And shit, it's something you consider a passion hobby. You could end up as a career, regardless if you're good at it, people enjoy
Hmm.
it, and think that, it really doesn't matter, right? especially if you're like going into specifically like AI or something like that, and just critiquing how like the design of it works itself. I mean, there's an entire field for that, you know. So if you, you know, it could be a little hobby, but the same framework is there. If you, especially with like English or something, if you're like specifically focused on how people speak with how they review or talk about things, and you just put that into other interests like indie game development or something. I mean, you might
Mhm.
end up being a fire journalist. Who knows? You know, you could do that for a little hobby
No.
and make like a little workspace or Tumblr or some shit. Then you know,
Yeah, but
who
the
knows?
thing is, I'm no
Do it for yourself.
journalist. Definitely no journalist. Especially no video game journalist. Um, for me, yeah, for
Critic.
me, if I'm doing video game critique, I'm starting a YouTube channel, and I already have a framework of playing games for years that I already know what I like. I already know how to categorize all the things that I like, and I know how to describe those things with intricate detail. Um, it will just be formulating it in a very succinct but also entertaining manner. Because I'm really robotic in terms of the way I write. I would have to do a lot of research in terms of okay, who would actually the best video essayists in terms of who's succinct. Because I think brevity is something that's really missing from 2025 YouTube in terms of people. All right, so I'm talking about this one thing. Now we have to go back to the 1700s and start from here and talk about the history, and that takes up 3/4 of the video. I'm thinking, why did you need to start by telling us in intricate detail the history of a certain thing to get your point? You didn't need
Well,
this.
yeah, you have to like. There's a reason I have like my opinion on that. And I know like I think I know what you mean here. They think the audience are stupid. They don't understand them. So to combat
That's
that,
every beginner writer, which is really funny.
yeah, like you know, next thing you know, like they don't even. But at the same time, they're not like you're trying to intermix the history with what they're talking about, right? Like that's a really big thing, especially if you're talking like, you know, critique or journalism in some way. If you're like make a YouTube, like a lot of the fucking video essays are so templated to this point. It could be for money reasons or just to like you know legitimize the video, but like or whatever like piece of narrative they have on something. If you have to start explaining like how things work to give an opinion, you should at least intermix it and reference it without giving a TED talk on like you know I mean it's separate audiences sort of thing. And also the you know if you have an audience of any sort, they probably understand it if they're even watching it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
This is I sent a random video. It's funny. This is Deviant OYM. They're a pen tester. They just go around and test security systems. Them talking at mainly military school. To be honest, it's not technically a military school, but it's North Carolina. Kind of a military school with a bunch of defense shit going on, recruiting, etc. And they're yeah, you might enjoy it. But it really goes into like what your purpose is with what you do in a career and why you get the education for it in the first place.
Okay. Actually, does sound
Yeah.
fairly interesting. Yeah. Um, it's only one long. I mean, I've enjoyed a lot of long form video content, but a lot of the time I'm thinking, why did I need to know this? This could have been explained so much
Yeah,
quicker
yeah.
and much more condensed. Um, oh, why do you slay gods in JRPGs? And I'm learning about, the history of fucking Shintoism. There was
Greek
this one video,
mythology.
and I'm thinking, I didn't need to know this. I really didn't. Now, to be
I mean,
fair,
unless you're interested in it, I mean, that's really like, why do they use specific, what do you say, like flora in video games to describe areas on the planet or similar? You know, they can go really deep with it, and it's like unless you really
even
care,
about
it's like,
how
well,
deep you go, it's just the same information. You didn't need to go into that detail to convey the same thing. What I'm taking
you
out
could,
that
yeah,
video is okay, there is there is, this and this factor to do with a historical thing. I don't need a very, year by year. I'm not saying it's to that degree, but just an example. I didn't need to know this level of, historical change within this country to know um why I kill gods in JRPGs or why, Mario hits a question mark block instead of an exclamation mark block. So fuck off. This is
exactly.
so stupid.
Like even if you do that, there's ways you can just do shit for like worst case, just put like a little like text bubble on this on your whatever for like half a second instead of going full deep dive on something
Oh,
unrelated
also,
to.
this is super fucked up. I don't know if you've ever seen this. It's I've noticed this maybe in the past year is that there are video essays that are now recycling what old video essays did. So it's sort
Yeah,
of
that was a
serving as a.
thing.
Would you say?
Oh, that was what I was saying with the templating thing. Is there's already kind of a baseline template when it comes to video essays, and just
Hmm.
the then monetary reasons for making them aren't there. A lot of people just kind of just stick to a specific layout, like as you know, it's like introduction. This is what I'm talking about, and a lot of them they'll just deep dive into like I don't know why the question mark in Mario. You know, it's like 30 minutes of it or something.
Trust me,
Like
it's
oh, like
interesting. Fuck, it's not interesting. But hold on, I want to
yeah,
watch this
it's
video.
interesting. But I didn't know like the pixel designer was you know like okay.
Yeah, I want to watch this video. Because I've had it in the back burner, and it's actually related to what we're doing. So let me just put it on real quick.
Video made by robots in the last year was
I'll get
almost 100%. That stat isn't real. I actually just made it up. But what is real is that there is a growing empire of new channels that have little to almost no gaming touch at all, and they're fooling millions of unaware people like me. Before we get into the good stuff, it's important for you to understand where I'm coming from. You see, about a week ago, I was looking at my YouTube studio, and I noticed a video essay in my Trends tab by Renkai Games. And when I was first looking at it, the channel looks fairly new. And hey, good on you, Renkai, for getting 30K views on a video already. That's a hard achievement for a lot of people. Just listen to it. Sounds pretty normal.
Think Square Enix forgot how to make great RPGs? You're not alone. But here's the twist. They've been dropping some amazing games lately, and almost
Just a nerdy guy, kind of has the IGN reviewer cadence reading out a generic list of games. That's what it seems like, but honestly, that's not what's going on at all.
You're wrong.
The first clue I found to find out what this channel really was is the description. If you've been on the internet for the past, I don't know, 5-ish years, it's pretty easy to tell when something was shit out by ChatGPT. It always has this weird, like, listing approach, throws in some emojis, the classic M dash.
Yeah, the
Listen,
emojis.
some of you yelled at me before.
Oh,
I
yeah,
guarantee
okay,
that 90% of the
that's a
populace
good
doesn't know that.
example.
wants to talk shit. You soggy little bastard. You want to come at me over M dashes while you're
Thumbnail isn't actually a Square Enix game, and on closer inspection, it's not actually a game at all. It doesn't exist. It's been AI generated. So they got me thinking, okay, the description is AI, the thumbnail is AI, and let's be honest, all of these titles are also AI, so what about the video itself? Now listen carefully for a minute.
With its haunting atmosphere, fusion system, and the unforgettable appearance of Dante from Devil May Cry, this game became a cult legend.
This script, this generic list of games, the voice reading it, it's all generated by AI, the whole thing. This entire channel is AI. The only thing that
Wow.
probably isn't, I guess, is the game trailers playing in the background, but that's pretty much it. All right, it's one channel, so what? I know, but it's not, because while I was putting this in a
I mean, for me, mathematically, if you're clicking on a video that says, it's just 10 PS2 RPGs you should never sell. They're gold now. To me, you need to be cold from society. What the fuck are you doing?
I mean, they kind of probably are if they're watching these in the first place. If you really think about it, the people clicking these, if they aren't just bot farms, they're people that are probably disinformed. By the way, they're watching it in the first place. Like what you take the viewer and you're like, do you really care about what's in front of your face? Like really, like does it really matter? Like this, do you play this game? Did you play something like a published game from this company that made it? And that sort of question. A lot of the time, it's just like I don't know. I like hearing like the background noise argument, where it's like, oh yeah, no, I just use this sort of shit for background noise, you know.
Uh,
And specifically YouTube, how the fucking autoplay works, man. You'd be surprised.
isn't, I guess, is the game trailers playing in the background, but that's pretty much it. All right, it's one channel, so what? I know, but it's not, because while I was putting this in a video for my second channel, someone linked me to a video from a YouTuber named Casp, who showed a channel that actually blew my mind. I'm not going to go over everything that's in Casp's video. I think it's great. I'll link it in the description, so go give it a watch after this. But I will go over Sage Gaming, which kind of looks like Renkai Gaming's twin brother. Yellow text on the thumbnails, AI-generated game screenshots,
Seen
and
this
listen to the
yellow
voice.
text.
What if I told you there's a game so insanely realistic, it made players feel sick? No joke. These graphics
I actually went on 11 Labs, which is an AI voice cloning thing, and I found this voice in like 5 minutes. It's named Liam. It's under their default voices.
What if I told you there's a game so insanely realistic, it made players feel sick? What if I told you there's a game so insanely realistic, it made players feel sick?
But this is a channel with hundreds of millions of views, and honestly, while some of these might be bot comments, there seems to be a lot of real people who aren't aware that they're listening
There's
to
a
an audio
similar
book by ChatGPT.
AI tool
Also, a
being
lot of
used for there's this huge nostalgic wave thing that has been like monetized to hell and back the last few years. For like weirdly enough, Nintendo games have been hit a lot with it, but there's I can link a few of them. They're AI generated channels that make AI generated playlists of music, and the whole thing's ran by AI at this point. With it, it's not like someone actually curating the songs and putting them in a playlist. It's just some AI that picked out like from a pool of different songs that correlate to like what do you say like tags you could put on the video. Yeah, I like ones like Pokey19, a bunch of others. But yeah, it's not just like at the same time with what do you say like not just video games but video itself like movies, film, that sort of thing. That whole video essay area has been completely and just screwed over by AI like money channels. So
Mhm.
YouTubers do this thing I'm about to say, so it's not a huge deal. I just think it's
Alright.
funny that the very first video that they ever made has this pinned comment with multiple play links. I'm not surprised, but
how the
you know,
fuck you would.
hey,
It's good background noise.
they're getting their bag. So there are bots in the gaming niche, but this somehow gets even crazier if you can believe it. A lot of comments under my last video covering this mentioned that this is not just happening in gaming, but a lot of other video niches as well. So I checked out a few that they linked me, and oh my god, it is rampant. It is rampant. This is Sleepless Historian. This is a channel with a British guy narrator who narrates stories from history. Just relaxing, soothing European accent. Here, I'll just play
Wait, hold on.
history.
I have to go back.
This is a channel with a British guy narrator.
Yeah, I get recommended this guy because I like history videos. I've seen this. I knew it was AI.
Relaxing, soothing European accent. Here, I'll just play a little bit of audio for you.
Not through her survival, but through her indelible impact on history.
Indelible. I've heard that term so many times.
I do like using this.
Indelible.
Organizing that make music, not music, in my area music, but like specifically on YouTube, just accusing someone of using an AI version of their own voice, like you know, it's kind of funny. It's kind of fucked up and funny. You just now with this, you can just go to people that actually make content and just bully them into actually doing it now. Like I don't know. Like there's a lot of game reviewers that are just getting like, oh no, this video you just use an AI generated version of your voice. It's AI generated. And, it just delegitimizes what they're saying as well. Which I don't know, I think the whole point of it's kind of how it can be used like aggressively towards someone. It's kind of funny. The people that are making legitimate reviews, if they make a bad video or someone doesn't agree with their opinion, it's now extremely easy to say that the entire video is AI generated.
Mm-hmm.
By the early 1770s, the American colony.
So if you didn't hear that, it's pretty obvious that this whole channel is just AI slop. And if for some reason you still don't believe me and you're giving these guys credit, this is a video of a guy literally going over the entire process on how he made a ton of Sleepless Historian channels and how you can do it too. Literally the whole process.
I'm going to show you how to do the same. Just like this YouTube channel has made $3,400 in June alone. This is June of 2025.
What?
But if anything, I'm sure nothing can go wrong. You know, people learning history from robots being retold over and over.
Elon Musk's grok is going off the rails and referring to itself as a
Make it Hitler.
By the way, there are hundreds of these sleep or boring history channels. I was going to do a list of all of these channels, but I learned that there's like hundreds of them, so I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry. If you want to look for it, go ahead. Some of you, though, might be wondering, how is this even allowed? And a while back, you
Sleep with historian, not sleepy historian. Sleep with historian. Okay.
It's on if you have to disclose the use of AI or not. I looked through the TOS again, and it actually seems like a lot of these channels are not breaking the rules.
Jesus, what did I just? Did you just see what I just saw? Nostalgic Nintendo Wii for finishing my overdue work. Oh, I fucking hate those titles. I'll never click on those. I think I've clicked on them once or something.
They're completely generated by AI. They just give them like word prompts. Like this whole channel is it's managed by some dude. I'm sure. I mean, they have to
Managed.
make money off of it.
In quotes.
Yeah, managed. They're not making any of it. It's all prompts and. What's really funny is they're so lazy with it. They still work, but they're so lazy with it that they don't double check if the songs are correct at the time. So they'll like add you can tell a lot of the time just by the set list that they put one in a description, and normally it'll phase out around like an hour or two, like because the prompt just fucks up or something, and they just copy paste it into the description or it does it for them. Like I'm sure with this one is like specifically this channel, you can go through it, and if you actually look and see like. How long the video is and what the set list they have are. Normally they'll cut off around like an hour and 45 minutes. They still make a revenue, like a very good revenue off of YouTube, and it's almost like a branch of yeah. I don't know if this one does, but yeah, this one does. Yeah, this is a completely AI generated channel. Just praise on
a playlist Nintendo music that makes your morning better, morning work better. 2024, and you're listening. You're listening Nintendo music in the morning. Not two. Okay. A playlist Nintendo music for your autumn song. A playlist Nintendo music for your autumn song. Oh, okay. Christ. Not even grammatically correct.
It goes into other genres as well. This is just like one that like it's a DMB, like a bunch of like random genres that popped up a lot recently, and those have the same exact thing. It's all those weird breakcore playlists you see. Like I was giving EXE a bit of shit about that.
Oh, is he
I don't
watching the
think I
AI breakcore?
Yeah, it's AI breakcore. It's AI. It's literally AI breakcore.
Ah,
You don't know who the producer is. It's just some random person that you assume is real from like SoundCloud or some shit. You know, like you have no clue. Yeah, it's very weird. There was
look
a
at this
similar issue with.
artist. Have to look at it.
Yep. If you just put in breakcore mix on YouTube, you'll find a fuck ton of these.
All
Like,
right, let me
I've
finish this
started-
video first.
Chance on if you have to disclose the use of AI or not. I looked through the TOS
Yeah,
agreement,
no,
and
no.
actually,
Also,
Just
what
give
the
another example.
fuck is that?
are not breaking
Jesus
the rules.
fucking
YouTube is very specific on
Christ.
if you are using AI to create real people or places. Otherwise, it's kind of just a free game to do whatever you want. Actually, YouTube actively encourages the use of AI thumbnails, titles, even writes scripts and outlines for you now in the YouTube studio. So it seems like they're actively trying to promote the use of Gen AI tools, at the very least on their platform. I want to clarify something here. I'm not trying to make this video as a call to arms or anything. Yes, I've used AI voices for Kana. Kana, the chat wants to know how multilingual you are, so can you please say like a girl you see in my streams? So if you want to call me a hypocrite, whatever, it's fine. Take it to Twitter. It just feels like that every day someone's trying to suck the human aspect out of content creation as much as possible. And not only is that so insane I had to make a video, but thinking about it, not disclosing that
I can't stand watching these fucking avatars move.
feels a
They're
little disingenuous.
so
I know AI
ratty.
isn't going anywhere, but there's a point where, as most
Oh,
people
yeah,
say, it
PNG.
stops being a tool and turns into money
That's where I'm
making
going
scheme
more
that's
with
tricky out of the
template,
person.
right?
Personally, I
Putting
hope YouTube
your
tightens the
PNG as much as crops sort of situation.
That's some corrupt shit.
rules around channels like this, but honestly, at this
If
point,
Crops made a
whether it's
video
AI
like
or who
like
knows,
today,
I have
it
no
would
idea.
you would see the same thing. You know, like it's
Mhm.
just like that's your identity. You want to put it like in the visuals of the video as much.
So
as
this is
possible.
my Hiroshima Nagasaki video. And we've got a golden black fari just, telling me about Hiroshima Nagasaki. It's really funny. If you didn't know, he's making a video about Hiroshima Nagasaki.
At that point, I felt like, is there something that I'm not doing right in our relationship?
If you don't care and you want to listen to Leo,
What the fuck?
It was a beautiful and unexpected moment that truly touched my heart. It's a memory I'll always cherish.
I hope
Wait,
YouTube
what's
tightens the rules around channels like this, but honestly, at this point, given how they treat AI,
Yeah,
who knows? I have no idea.
Were you surprised when
trying to
proposed to you?
marry AI they made?
It was a beautiful and unexpected moment that truly touched my heart. It's a memory I'll always cherish. At that point, I felt like, is there something that I'm not doing right in our relationship?
If you don't care and you want to listen to
Jesus Christ. Man turned to AI. And she's just, yeah, let me just talk about it on the news. Fuck,
Yeah,
man.
of course. Yeah.
Leo,
It
ChatGPT,
got
read your
pushed
bedtime stories. I'm
outside
not
of
gonna stop
that.
you.
The
Feel free. That was
ripple
totally fine.
effect of
We're
that
gonna
was
keep supporting real creators that know are actual people
like,
and keep
you
doing it.
know,
Thanks for
the
going down this rabbit hole with
critique
me.
of using AI for like a person. You know, like that's really what it is. Like it's just a tool that goes really fast at some level.
Hey, if you want to use AI as a tool, that's on you. Or
Yeah, I mean, like, I have no problem with like having like fucking chatbots have existed prior to having like what do you say, like predictive text and things like ChatGPT, for it. But anyway, like on some human level, I'm like, human level, I'm like, do what you like. Going on the news for it is kind of funny. It's like a document that my boyfriend is using an AI wife to be in a relationship with me.
I know this isn't my usual
If
normal
you
type of content. I do gaming.
juxtapose
If
that
you're
with like how
but this is only 40
your first time,
seconds.
so subscribe and click on one of these videos if you want to see it.
Oh, less than that.
And I don't know if I'd be willing to give that up.
Jesus. All right. Breakcore mix. So I need to.
I put in
I've got lots of-
breakcore mix and two, like it's normally, because they'll add like it'll be like breakcore mix to disassociate, breakcore mix.
Oh, two. It's in. Yeah. Okay.
It's a like predictive dictation from AI prompt.
Mhm. That's actually a woman thing.
Yeah, probably I wouldn't be surprised.
Nah, I was talking about this with Niraj a while ago. It was hold on, let me share my screen again. It was women's internet. Well, I just got into, I think it was books. I got into a bunch of book videos, and so there were women creating it, and they were and there's just a different cadence in terms of, I mean cadence more. I'm expanding that. I'm using it more liberally in terms of just title, in terms of the video flow and what they like to talk about. Usually it's very inclusive. Where I watch videos, I mean, I'm just going on YouTube right now and show you.
Isn't it fascinating how like didn't really know this as well. Like, you assume when you use the internet, you'd have like sort of access to different groups. You know, you
You
feel like
don't.
you're part of whatever the flow is of whatever you're on, right? Then it turns out there's like an entire community that is just as big, if not bigger, that are like, fucking gooning on like book slop and book talk
Book
shit. And
slop,
it's
yeah,
like,
book talk, yeah, I've heard about that book talk. They're
yeah, like
critical of it too.
what
That's the
is
funny thing.
Yeah, you're in your own little bubble with regardless. Even if you try and critique it, it's really weird. That's the only area it ends up coming up a lot.
This is a channel I really like. This is a channel for me because he's pedantic in all the right ways that I care about. So yeah, artistic versus corporate authority. Demon Souls remake review. You see how authoritative it is. The stoic design of Demon Souls, classic principles reinterpreted. It's so it's so authoritative, and the women book too. Women booktubers. Right. I like how I was thinking. I like how I was thinking. Faith's reading things. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. We're just gonna click one. But the classic pineapple. That's not a pineapple. That's a watermelon. But yeah, a sunny book. Underrated books written by women. I just want women tubers or whatever. Sophie Jane. You see the video. Oh, all right. Here's actually. Let's just create a list in terms of okay, what do the profile pictures look like? So I showed you this.
Oh yeah, it's social. It's all social, like media hype sort of thing. Like, this is like one of Niraj's biggest pet peeves. I think I had them when they came over. Go to the Barnes and Noble. I don't know if they actually did. I think they said they did. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Yeah, that was something. They're just because if you're trying to completely different reasoning for books. It's like a Funko Pop sort of situation more than it is actual critique of it. There's no real actual critique of the book a lot of the times. Just like I got the new Funko Pop. This is me. Look at
Oh
my
yeah,
face.
yeah.
This is what I got books. Very vague. It's just yeah. It's just fucking slop dog.
Oh yeah. Here's another thing. They're obsessed with Oh, look at the colors too. If you do a color palette that all very beige,
Oh yeah,
that's the
color
new
palette.
woman thing.
Yeah. It's
Look at this,
yeah.
like very beige, and the fonts too in terms of the way that they put their the way they create their the fonts are very
The aesthetic is
artsy.
very
Hmm.
yeah.
They have their face in the thing too, and then you look at this guy. It's just all gaming stuff. Bullet. It's so. I look at the font. Bullet held hell hostage. It's like all red and chaotic. It's no pure combat, no compromises. It's so judgmental and authoritative. I love this. This is one of my favorite YouTubers. It's just so crazy, and
What is it? Electric.
subverting the progression loop. I love just like there's like an earth exploding on the preview. You know what I'm saying? It's way crazy. And you look at this. All right, let's go. Let's go here. I'm a lesbian Marxist. Don't tell me. A Marxist hater. Oh, okay. So what the fuck does that mean? I don't know what that means. A lesbian Marxist hater. I can't even comprehend it. That's wow. And look at the color palette too. Look at the look at
When I was talking
the
about the
thumbnails.
people to go to a lot. I just gotta say a lot of the people going to these universities or these types of they're going home and they're doing these sorts of books. Book equals intelligence in some manner, especially if you're able to make social influence out of it. There's some
Oh,
like
this is
super
influencer
psycho.
core. Do you see this?
Yeah.
My dream week
Yeah.
alone by the English seaside. Right. Australia, London. Spent a week with me back home. Exciting news. And you see the influencer core. Actually, there's actually a little subtle change. I don't know if you noticed it, but it's gym wear plus you see the font how it's just like basic Arial. You open a word processor and you get just that basic font. What is that? Is that serif or sans serif? I don't know the difference. Sans serif versus serif. Are you here?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I just I'm sorry. I have a lot. Like there's like other things going on around me. Sorry.
This, oh yeah, it always has these like really slow music with the, because obviously I like Japan, right? And so I'll get recommended a lady that goes to Japan, and it's so different from all the guys that I watch. I mean, I don't really watch guys in Japan, but Nomad Push. Now we need to compare Nomad Push. Nomad Push is legit. That guy is so legit. Nomad Push.
So many videos of them talking about the van shit. They're like,
Yeah, he loves the van life.
He's like, you think I'm just gonna take your money and leave? Or do you think I am?
I've been following his journey, so I always I've read bars. You can see all the red bars. You know where I've been following him from. I've been following him longer than this, right? I remember when he did New Year's. I forgot. He met the biggest. So there was this guy. It was New Year's, and he was at this castle, and Nomad was. Oh, I don't even know where, the parties are at. So he's spending New Year alone. So he decides to go to the castle. He meets a guy at the castle at New Year's, and the guy's, and he's asking him, why the fuck are you here? And he's saying, and the guy says, oh, I just fucking love this prefecture. I'm just a really big fan, and I always go to this castle. I've been doing this for like 20 years. And I'm thinking, what? That's so sick. But you know what I'm saying, right? Nomad Push is legit. This guy is super legit. I might become a member only because I like watching his night rides. His night rides are awesome. I love.
Yeah. Sorry, maybe you're like cutting off, but yeah, he's cool. He's really cool. He's fucking like the fact that he started getting like money from this platform of just documenting his life, and then he spent like you can see the self reflection of it. Like he spends multiple videos going like, oh, you think I'm just gonna take the money and just like live in a van or some shit, or take the money for the van, just fucking go off with it. Like it is very self-reflective, which I don't believe a lot of if you want to compare it. Like if you look at one thing, I mean I'm not gonna say female specifically because there's a bunch of I'm sorry, there's a bunch of people that do the same exact thing that are guys, but top 5 restaurants to go to in Japan, sort of thing. I went to Japan for a week.
Oh, I have something to. Yeah, carry on.
That's all I had to say. It goes. It's really weird how you can tell the difference. Like,
what did you send me? Oh, this black and white. Oh wait, I think you sent me this. Oh, he has a. He's sort of similar to the other booktubers one, but he has his own brand instead of a name, and he actually does it. He's actually more creative with his thumbnails. Actually, his thumbnail style is very homogenized in terms of the background, but the font he goes really different with the font. This one's crazy. It's a fully typed out document from the 1950s America or something.
Yeah, like I know he did a never mind. He's like if you were to take the same aesthetics that are used, and a lot of it gets like copy pasted. I like the idea of like copy pasting aesthetics. Once you get a specific like thing that people click in, people will copy it regardless, right? But it's this guy has been doing it for like 10 years or something. It's not like really that. It's not like they picked it up from a social trend. They just kind of just happened to do it. It seems.
Everything's derivative. But hold on, I need this. So.
Culinary is a really fun one as well. If you're gonna look at like that sort of behavior.
Well, I'm back. Oh,
I was gonna say this is a huge thing, and or like I was looking at you know what luxury furniture is? Like the like just random, like it's kind of like designer clothing, but it's for furniture. Um,
yeah, sure.
I, one second, I'm gonna link a video. I don't know if you want to just laugh at people. It's a really fun one. It's a bunch of different chair designers talking about the history of chairs. And very very cool. I'm just gonna send that.
All right.
I try to juxtapose it in different areas at least because it's kind of the same thing with template pushing. Like if you have a template, even if you make the template, people will copy it, and then that's just how it works. Sad as it is. You know, then you add like a click factor on top of it. What's your basic?
You have to hear this.
It could be a 15-year-old with the fattest, juiciest ass, titty succulent lips, disguising herself as looking like
Kylie Jenner, and it wouldn't even make me budge.
Have you seen this? One Saiyan versus 20 Frieza supporters.
I am Vegeta, the prince of all Saiyans.
I don't know if you've seen Dragon Ball Z, by the way.
Of course I did. Yeah, it's a Toonami classic.
Yeah, this is a really good video because they make really good arguments. It's a really good back and forth. Unlike the real Jubilee, it's actually a really good back and forth.
Fucking Jubilee.
But the low tier, because I've just been into the low tier Godverse for a few months now. The creativity of this,
bro, like you literally swish like.
if they hit the line, do you think I?
the intros they make are so good though.
Marvel movies and DC movies and shows. Here I come.
Yeah, what fun is that?
Wins at the end of the day. I'm me.
That's a special intro. Hold on. I don't know if I've seen the I don't know if you've seen Red Bell intro. This intro is classic though.
Wait, is this? Oh hell no. If I see any nudes of
But low tier God can no longer handle getting blooped and rage quits playing fighting games. This is TMZ, but for locals. The titles are so unhinged.
Yeah, the Kiwi Farms tier, like genuinely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've dealt with the actual like. Weirdly enough, I've been talking to. I do interviews and shit. I kind of want to make a channel for them because they're important. But I deal with a fuck ton of what you consider lolcow people.
Really?
Recently, one of them. Yeah, but actually, what do you say? I said low tier guy for some reason. Gonna have an aneurysm. Fucking Bone Marrow. It's some guy from SciTube who he basically did this. He was part of this. I don't know if you know like the soy. What is that? Soy Baru? Is that what it's called? I have no idea. It's like a forum. It's basically a copy paste of the 4chan board. And there was a whole like it's just a bunch of really crazy shit with a bunch of crazy people. And yeah, a lot of these people get just kind of roasted out their ass. Like Kiwi Farms is really good at that. I forget her name. Like fuck, what's her name? Black chick lives in a car. It's like Pikachu, some shit. Pampachu, not Pampachu. I forget her name, but it's like Smokey MC. There's a whole like community for lolcows with it, and they do the exact same thing. I was gonna relate it to like what you're watching is similar to what people do to DSP gaming or like.
No, Memology 101 DSP is such a good channel.
Oh yeah. That's a like you know, you're talking to somebody who almost met Christian. Like I was really into that for some psychoanalysis.
That's so funny.
Dude, I have his business card, her business card. I have their business card, okay? Like, motherfucking, like, was going out to BronyCon, just giving out their, like, personal number. They're giving out their, this is before the mom allegations. They were giving out their, like, personal number, their mom's number, their house address, and it was all in this, like, fucking business card. But, you know, anyway, they're less successful for sure. Like, they're not, like, streamers in any way, like DSP and
right. LTG.
Are.
Have you seen this unboxing? This unboxing is one of the funniest things. But for context, I need to show the initial one. I need to show the first unboxing he does for FF. Oh wait, was this? Oh, this was Lightning Returns. He did one for FF13 2. So this is the game that came before it. So this is what the unboxing looks like, by the way, just for context. Cinema, by the way, this is how old this is. Dark Side Phil presents.
And this is the very first release day unboxing video for this year because there have actually been no significant retail releases so far this year. An entire dry month.
Oh, to this day, DSP trying to play Call of Duty Zombies is like one of the funniest things.
Oh yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, the same with like a lot of the platform reviews. They're just sort of like, I don't know, spec for money type.
Every single Tuesday, so we're gonna have a heck of a time.
So he did FF13 too. So we get some the complete official guide.
Looks like a book. Well, big fucking deal. I'm paying $10 for that. So I opted for the regular edition strategy guide. One thing to note, which I thought was really odd, this strategy guide is made by Piggyback Games, okay, or piggyback.com. Never heard of them. Now, usually when I buy a strategy guide for a game, there's like this monopoly by two companies. It's either Brady Games or Prima Games.
Okay, but that's the context. So that's what he does for that. This is the sequel that this is such a funny video.
Okay, what is up, everybody? Dark Side Phil here, and welcome to Release Day Unboxing for Tuesday, February 11th, 2014. And before everyone says, what on earth is going on, you probably hear an incredibly annoying, high-pitched droning sound going on. That is the fire alarm in my condo facility. And the problem is, the fire alarm in this condo facility has a nasty habit of, during the middle of the winter, especially when it's very cold, of going off as a malfunction. Now, this is actually a common...
Now, here's the funny thing, right? This is a release day unboxing. The comments are so funny. Unboxing video where you don't open the box. It doesn't even open the box. Wait. Listen to what he talks about. He doesn't even talk about the game.
Problem with older fire detection systems.
And
they don't feel like ever replacing it or upgrading it because the association is a bunch of cheap motherfuckers. So this alarm...
I'm trying to make a goddamn unboxing video.
It actually went off once when I was out picking up Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns. Yeah, I know, because as I was driving back from the game store, there were 3 fire trucks outside, which means that they went off. The fire department's required to come here and check and then turn it off. As I was unpacking...
Alright, let's skip.
Alright, really hoping that something happens. Maybe the fire department says, fuck this, and turns off the fire alarm or something. I don't know what they could possibly do.
He's still talking about, okay, 4 minutes.
Like the combat system. I thought the combat system was quite interesting.
Oh, he's talking about it now.
Square Enix, let's face it. The fact that they keep coming out with these MMOs, right, that are steering the game, doesn't even clear where she went or what she's doing, why she's...
But no, that's not even the best part of the video. Wait for it.
Well, I digress. So now, unfortunately, let's talk about reality. As you can hear, the alarm has now stopped fucking ringing, and it's actually funny, because I'm going to show you guys something. I actually attempted to plug up my door. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, it's like a vlog of them complaining of where they live. It's not really like a thing. Yeah, no one buys.
You put tissues in the door. To try and stop the sounds.
So, as you can hear, it's quite fucking annoying. And I have to work. Let's face it, I'm going on break tomorrow. As of tomorrow, which is Wednesday, February 12th, I'm going on break. I'm not going to be able to work anymore for a week. So I need to work today. So unfortunately, what's looking like is going to happen is I'm going to have to start the playthrough. With this
I mean, man, I get it, bro. You shouldn't play play the game,
This
man.
is crazy. This is some avant-garde comedy the world just isn't really so good.
Snipe that. I'm gonna kick you out of my mother lobby too, you broke. Let's start doing roll calls. From now on, when I see somebody Wi-Fi in here that's not in chat, you're kicked immediately out the tournament. It's a sniper.
Yeah, it calls everyone a sniper.
Hello and welcome to Spirit News.
So this is the same template you saw PNG YouTuber talking about some guy
woke up to his channel being removed off of
Okay.
YouTube again.
There's
Now,
a
this
bunch of
previously
weird
happened in February 6th, and a lot of people and then hurt people. I wonder what kind of like childhood this person has to have had in order to have become this kind of person. Because
I don't want to watch this because this is way more psychotic. I feel like it's gonna be more psychotic than a DSP trolling, so I'm going nah, okay.
Yeah, I'm at the bottom level. Like I'm at the bottom level of the whole locale thing. I'm like, yeah, no.
What the fuck is this?
This is a bunch of pretentious fucks using other artistic templates to make chairs out of driftwood and sell them for hundreds of thousands of dollars at auctions. They're currently talking at the Met, which is one of the biggest.
Oh, this is 100K.
Sort of serendipitous. In my
serendipitous.
Yes, it actually. Yes, it is actually that amount of money. I can.
Next, he's gonna say verisimilitude. What kind of words is he using?
I don't know how to a concept like this, and wound up having it look exactly like this. Obviously, look at design looks
super crowd.
This looks cool. Actually, no, it doesn't. It looks a
No,
little too good.
The whole thing there, they make fun of it because it's from the 1800s and the people are dead, so they can't be like you guys suck. It's like a what do you say, like almost like an armoire-esque like desk piece for a 1800s house.
All book tuber videos all look like this. 12 book I hate this. 12 books to read if you like The Last of Us, spoiler free. I hate that too. I will never get, and I don't even call them spoilers because it gives credence to this thought process that, oh, if you know something about the plot, then it's a spoiler. No, that's not a spoiler. Don't. And that thought process actually spoils things for the people. You just told him a spoiler. Yeah, now you just made that pertinent information in his brain. Hey, look, this piece of information is spoiling you. If I said somebody dies and you didn't bring attention to it, and your brain and the person's brain that I told the information to wasn't going, oh, is that a spoiler? Is that a spoiler? Being a fucking schizophrenic fuck, then they wouldn't have known and they wouldn't have cared. The thing is, not caring about jump scares is
there's an actual term for it. I forget the name of, but yep, that's a thing. Like, I'm not leaking the game, but I'm also like talking about it, sort of thing. You know, I'm not.
What could you possibly talk about? I don't understand.
Exactly right. If you're watching videos, like the entire purpose here, if you're watching videos about something you don't want to be spoiled in the first place, then why are you what's
why
going
the fuck
on
are
there?
you here?
Probably don't.
Yeah,
exactly right.
Like, review if it's worth my time. How the fuck do you know it's worth your time?
And they're just gonna start it off with like fucking Snape killed Dumbledore. That was the funniest shit ever. Like Snape killed Dumbledore.
Snape killed Dumbledore is really funny because at the beginning of the book, Dumbledore is fuck, I'm gonna die. Because he gets infected. But between books, he gets infected off screen, and he has the curse where he's gonna die anyway. So you know that at the beginning of the book that he's gonna die.
That's a spoiler, right? But the only people that care about that probably don't have access to the book in the first place. Like a lot of the people that do videos on this, it's like it's weird when it comes to like book form because it's something that I assume most people understand. You can just pirate books easier than movies sometimes. Like it's extremely easy unless you're doing like spy journal or something, like some weird, semi-classified bullshit, then it's pretty easy to find the book on the internet, right? If you really just want to read it for yourself. Having someone sit there in a video essay to explain it to you, it goes into more of a relaxation ASMR thing with some girl telling you it than it does the actual book itself. I mean, at least if you're looking at the audience, they're pandering to and they put no spoilers and whatnot.
Oh, you know what's fucked up? YouTube is pushing
Not sexual.
Oh, what are you saying?
Oh, I said it's equivalent to like the gone sexual clickbait on like,
gone sexual. I remember that. Oh, that's old now. We don't see that anymore.
Yeah, that's old. Still like same exact template.
ChatGPT makes us into idiots, and it's auto dubbed by a fucking AI. Woo!
Yeah. And in the end, like as long as you click on it, there's some monetary progression for the person who made the video, and like some sort of critique and or appreciation of it because of people that they're like, oh AI, oh my gosh, it's like just marketing, like just individual marketing that gets put into the same template.
YouTube is really pushing those videos, the auto dubbed ones, because I'm getting them a lot. You know what's fucked up is because I use what you call it? I use YouTube comment sections and YouTube videos. Seeing YouTube video titles every time I click on YouTube to learn Japanese. So I just go through the comments, right? And I go, okay, can I read this sentence? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I can read the sentence? Okay, nice. I have a good understanding of Japanese. This is how I've been learning. I've just been, can I read all of these comments? And if I can't...
At least you're learning something. Like, I mean, I recommend Nico Nico or something.
What'd you say?
Oh, I said I'd recommend if you do that, honestly, you should start trying to use Nico Nico, like the it's like their own Nico Nico JP, bro. Swear to God, it's just, if you want to see if you can read Japanese, you also get like all the like specific slang, like using grass to say haha and shit.
Yeah, I already know about that. Yeah. There's a lot of slang that I've encountered, and the thing is, my Harvard dictionary pretty good at picking up on avant-garde how would you call it, avant-garde. There's nothing really slangy in this. I see www, but the dictionary does pick up on things that are used in humorous way. But yeah, my reading is pretty fucking good now. Oh, this one was crazy. You don't ever see this in fucking Kana ever. So the fact that I saw this in Kana, it's, I have to scroll down. It's this word. You don't see this in Kana, and it'll tell you on the dictionary website. But anyway, I didn't want to go on a tangent with this.
No, it's your interest. It's fair enough. You just told me how you I've seen videos.
But it's the fact that they now auto translate the titles for some of the videos and even auto dub them. Now you can turn off the auto dub, but I've not found a way to turn off the auto translated titles, and I'm just going, oh fucking, that has ruined my ability to learn Japanese.
There's some sort of extension you could use, I assume, right? There has to be some sort of extension or something for it, right?
Yeah, maybe. But I hate how this guy just used the fucking kanji for this. Because you never see these characters. Oh yeah, if you put it in between stars, you'll see all the words that it's used in. Just doesn't exist. It's just this one fucking word that exists. That's international nepotism. That's awesome. Relative favoritism. Yeah, actually, that definitely is a word. Yeah, favoriting relatives. Yeah, that would actually be
relative favoritism. I'm assuming you have to go. Is it not? It probably. I don't know if it means relatives. It could mean like just like favoritism in specific areas that you can relate to. Oh, what was that? Fuck, I was gonna link something. Give me a moment.
But wait, hold on. What is this? Well, yeah, they all have these slow guitar. Well, hold on. I can just type in Japan trip and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Japan trip. Nowhere near is nowhere. I noticed that they're nowhere near the quality of It's these really artsy thumbnails. 2 days in Kyoto. By the way, did you know that Tricky's is actually in Kyoto? Funnily enough. Yeah, EXE DM'd me. Said, oh yeah.
That's fucking crazy. What the
fuck?
Are you in the zoo? Or like I don't know if I should join that shit again. Yeah, I left it. I'm just like I haven't nothing against. I honestly don't really talk. They talk to me like my Middle Eastern Rick Rock's friend and a few coders of the plutonium shit.
Oh, that's awesome.
This spring we
are like Coker Ramsey is like it's not that, it's like stoners or like music producers.
Do you see how it's the slow bullshit?
Oh, of course, yeah. It's made to have on like a flat screen TV and you just kind of zone out and go, pretty walls, pretty room, pretty thing.
Yeah, zooming in on the food and shit. I hate that's just nothing like Nomad Push, because Nomad Push elucidates why travel is so sick. He's traveling around the country and he's like going, and he's like some old guy now, some like veteran 40-year-old, and he just has friends all over the country and he just goes and stays there. But also, he he shines a massive fertilizer on the sort of like homeless community where he knows people where, oh yeah, you know, because he was from the skater community, so yeah, you know, they just let me stay at their house, and a lot of people just go and stay at their house. They just have a spare room where people just go and stay at, and I'm just going, what? That's so sick. You know how he has these like built up tech because he's homeless and how he knows. And then he talks to other homeless people. And I don't know if you've been keeping up with him. At least maybe I'm like months behind now. Where he has the packs. The packs where if you rub them they heat up. That's such sick tech. You know what I mean? It's so distinct to him. It only exists within his YouTube channel where he finds, you know, particular tech or particular friends that you would he only it's a very particular characteristic that he has on his channel, and so that homeless shit, and I saw I was getting recommended other homeless people doing vlogs, but I saw one in America and I just went, I don't really care about American homeless life, to be fair. I've just seen so much of America.
Like the drugs. It sounds really shit, but like, dude, if you want to hear like homeless vlogs, like bum life and whatnot from the U.S. And as someone who like, I fuck with the whole, like, you know, if you want to be safe on the streets, befriend the homeless around you because they know the area way better than you will. Like, there's like specific languages. They get like I guess the right word would be graffitied onto like sidewalks, let you know where to go and whatnot. There's an entire code for it.
That's awesome.
And people that do, yeah, I will send it actually. I think it's on the internet at this point, but you know, like what do you say? For instance, there's a Seattle library right next to me, and that's normally where a majority of people that need to either they need to get their shit together, or they just want to talk to someone on Facebook that are homeless go. Yeah, very, very. It's mainly to give a real perspective. The drugs really change it. What's really weird about the Japan, what do you say, like flip flop is that I was talking to somebody from I don't know if you know Scrappy and Namanja, that guy. He had a friend that played Modern Warfare 2. I was talking to who was he was in Japan for I think it was like I don't know where exactly. I'd have to ask, but he was in Japan for about a year or so. And he was telling me about how like the drug system there works, right? Like one homelessness wouldn't be a thing. Like it's just not like you know a thing normally. But at the same time, drugs are you can't stay in that situation like without being sedated. And in America, it's a bit different. You can quite literally just black out on fentanyl for like a month, you know, a year, you know. Who cares? Like people just it's just completely different. It still has its own things, but if you see people vlogging that are homeless in the United States compared to some area like Japan, you'll see a huge difference. And like you saw DSP just going like, oh, I got this bullshit dealing with this and I'm dealing with that. Like, you're not talking about their life. They're just like, I mean, I don't know. It's you know the drugs suck. And normally you get like some bullshit like rant about how drugs keep their friends on the streets, etc., etc. How the Best Buy trespass them and that sort of thing. One second. I want to. I'll send like a thing on it. But the coolest homeless I've met are like the OGs from like fucking like downtown Seattle. That they have the same spots. They all meet up at the same spots. They have their tents all set up. They basically do like they make their own life. Able to still somewhat function, but in their own little realm of reality.
I can say function because for me that just sounds way more interesting than what a lot of people do already.
Oh, functioning, absolutely. Talking to anyone that's in like CD that's been homeless for, there's a huge thing with homelessness specifically. There's a huge 5 year mark with it, or I'd say honestly like 9 months, where at a certain point you have to start sustaining yourself regardless if you're housed or not, right? It doesn't matter if you don't have income, obviously. It's not like homeless people aren't able to get money. Like it's just it could be begging or we have boosting. It's like a thing that people mainly do. They'll find a product and try to sell it on the streets. You know, a little bit of begging on top of it. Bada boo, you got money. But what do you say? They have their own little reality essentially outside of normal functioning society. The way that America puts it is they're like just kind of like rats or they're poor bunnies. You know, it depends on which one. You know, but because of for the rats at least, I have my own little analogy for it. For the rats, they end up having to like if you have to live over 9 months as a homeless person, you start having to get your shit like you'll starve to death. Like seriously, you know, that or get institutional.
Tough.
You're right. Yeah,
You need to
there's
become
enough
nomad
homeless.
Kush at that point.
Yeah, exactly. That is what that is it. Yeah, exactly. The people that normally, specifically if they've been doing it for over 5 years, it's more of a lifestyle choice than it is like a issue that they're struggling with, right? Like same with nomad, like nomadic, it's in the name, right? Like they end up becoming nomadic at some point after X amount of time, or they die. I mean, honestly, so. You see like a lot of American YouTube homeless vlog type shit. It's normally people that got like kicked out of their house, or I don't know, just got screwed over or something. They did something, they got put in jail, no one to help them afterwards, that sort of deal. And it's just them complaining about like their drug problems, or how like, blah 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 blah. My mom sucked for that, so that sort of thing. It's not really like nomadic push. At least it's like, all right, I'm doing this, I'm going here, this is what I'm doing. There's a completely different lifestyle. I don't know. Categorization of homeless is very off, at least in the U.S.
Well, so
I mean, at what point are you
also
nomadic? Anyway.
fully nomadic after the 5-year mark, obviously.
Yeah, what do you consider a home in the first place? Like shelter?
Without shelter, constantly moving, nomadic.
Yeah. If you consider like a lot of the downtown homeless, they have the same tent. They just move it occasionally when they have to for city ordinance, but they stay in the same area and they interact in the same area for years and years and years.
Yeah,
Like I've met people who've been homeless since like the early 2000s in Seattle, and their lives are fine. What they do is they get a beer, they go out. Oh, dude, yeah, those are like the chill homeless, and you have like the, I don't know, mentally ill and drug using, criminal tier, which is a completely different scenario, but that one's overlaid on the actual nomadics that are considered homeless. I don't know if I put that well, but.
Oh, do you notice how all of these videos, right, compared to Nomad Push, who I think is, a gold standard, a lot of these videos are just doing mundane things with just calm, peaceful background music. Also, what the fuck is happening in this Hello Kitty train? Also, big ups their train culture, because they have custom trains for, different weird characters. Also, wait, hold on, I just saw some Japanese I wanted to read. This short.
Okay,
sorry, Akudoa ni Gochui. Kyoto. I love the sound of the machines. Did you hear that? That sounded akin to the Naughty's DS games. Did you hear that? Hold on, let me put it on 1.0. You'd only ever hear that in Japan. That's how you know that's like Japan design principles. You know that guy probably worked at some, like brain training, like making some DS games, and the guy got fired and, went to work for some things, you know what I'm saying? Another thing in technologies and technology. And that's how that sound effect got there. Some sort of thing, some cool thing happened that way, and you just know the design principles aren't coming into the Western world, because no self checkout sounds that cool. These cool things, or these like cool what'd you call it? Like really low poly avatars, coming in onto the thing. They're always so bland and fucking soulless. National template is entertainment. Shout out World War II.
Hello Kitty bailed Japan out. We're cute now. No worries, we're cute now.
Gurume. Actually, don't know what that is. I know the spring. Ureshi, oishi, ureshi. How do you know Gochi Guremu? I don't know what that means. Gochi. I don't know what Gochi so means. Gochi is like a treat. Fucking, do I have that many tabs open already? I hate that when it does that. Okay, Gochi. Gurume. What is this? I don't know what Gochi means, but Gurume. Fine food. Gourmet. Gurume. Gurume. That's crazy. Okay, I need to add that to my deck. What else? Gochi Gurume. Quick Combini stop checking in. Side dog? Kind of look like a side dog. Dash Living Gojo.
Finally checking into our hotel after a long day of travel. Time for our Kyoto hotel room tour.
You know what I mean? This is no travel. For me, travel is not going. This is not I need Nomad Push. Where's Nomad Push?
I had to wake up and get rid of my tent because baseball practice. Yeah, this area is called Tendi, and they're famous for like their high school baseball. They're really strong, and yeah, I can tell they're practicing hardcore. But yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, daytime looks so different. Yeah, it looks so different. And this side too. It looks nice, but at nighttime, holy cow, it felt so dark in there. I don't know, I felt like a dark vibe from this side.
Oh, I remember this
now. I wasn't able
now.
to sleep right away. Yeah, maybe I was able to
I
sleep
remember
around
where
like
he is
3
now.
a.m. or something. So today I will head to the next prefecture, Shiga Prefecture. Yeah, let's go.
Random Japanese people walking down.
So there's a desk area for working and a couch.
And they all have the same cadence to their voice.
There's a lot of space and the bed looks really cozy.
Whoa, the bed. No one gives a fuck. You know how inhuman they are? Oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I shouldn't look down on these people, but yeah. Because to me, it's very formulaic in terms of the way that they arrange all their bullshit.
The bathroom has even more wooden
And
there's even a Japanese toilet and a separate Japanese shower and bathtub area.
You sent me Nico Nico Doga, anime fair ni itte mitta. So this guy went to an anime fair. Anime fair ni.
Yeah, this is like a social response to American like gay pornography culture. It's like mainly shit posting. I think it's fucking funny. When I get into like the deep waters with the internet, like Japanese internet, man. Here you go. Yeah, read those comments.
What would you say?
Oh, I said read the comments. Like, just go on Nico and then just start like just stay on whatever algorithm you get. So honestly, no comments. Damn.
Oh, Shicho. I mean, I know what this means, listening, watching, but I don't know. Wait, hold on, let me highlight it. Oh, just listening and watching, viewing. Page ni kansuru feedback. Does that mean something specific? And feedback? Oh, does it just mean like comments? Is that what they call the comments? Feedback. So this means concerning the viewing listening page feedback. So I'm guessing this is where the comments are. Oh, Nico Nico page ni kansu go what the fuck does this mean? Iken. Oh, opinion. Go iken, go yobo. Means request. Go yobo or okuri kudasai. So I need to send a request. User no minasama kara oyose itadaku. Actually, I don't know what this means. Fuck does this mean? I have this in my deck. Oyose, please send it to us. I know what itadaku means. Hold on. It's only giving me the stem of the verb. It's not giving me the full yosere, to bring near, to bring together, to deliver, or to send. Okay, yose itadaku. Goiken. I don't know what Sunko means. Sunko? Sunko reference. Okay, go oh my word. Jesus, I'm learning so many new words just by trying to read this.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten down the 2chan loophole thing. If you want to see like Japanese internet or anything like that, I mean slang, not just slang, but just how people actually discourse. Like 2chan for sure.
Watashi tachi no souzou-sei. Souzou-sei wa hikui is he? Yeah, it's hikuku. Hikuku mo nattenai shi. Hikui Hikuku mo natte like didn't become low. The fuck does that mean? Our creativity thing. Sometimes I because usually I use because when I learn grammar I have the translation there, so I uncover the translation and it will tell me if I got not even a little bit crowdy. No, that's not correct. I need to do. It hasn't lowered either. I don't. It's become low. What is the sheet? End particle notes of one several reasons. Yeah, that's. But I don't get what he's saying. Oh, here's the thing. I actually have a problem with Japanese sometimes because for me it's like I understood that's what it was saying, but that to me makes no fucking sense. I'm definitely not going on 2chan. That's your thing. That's not my thing. Those are your people. Fucking like crazy.
They're totally my people. Yeah.
You know, but I want to say iteraita go. Why is it telling me about a fucking opinion or comment? Goyobo and no fuck is that henshin reply? Oh, what is this? Is that moreover? It's like a grammar point I have open, but I don't know. Fuck. I don't know what the fuck is he saying. So Nikoniko Doga Eiji ni kansuru koken goyo. Do I need to send a request? What is this reference? Consultation? Consultation and reference. Anyway, I don't want to. I'll read that later. I'll read that now.
Yeah, if you're really interested in that, that's your internet. It's their own little personal YouTube. It's like Billy for China. That they have way more restrictions than Japan does outside of their forums. You still haven't told me about the Slovakia trip, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Hold on, I wanted to finish this video. But also, have you seen this matcha addiction? This matcha shit is to troll foreigners.
Green, pretty colors, pretty colors.
I'll definitely go to a flea market. They call it a flea market over there. That's such a nasty word. I don't know what we call it.
Flea market is
thrift.
Yeah, no, flea market. I keep calling flea markets.
I like the texture. It's really interesting.
I can see people just over consuming and over a bunch of bullshit. I definitely would buy. I'm definitely in need. When I go to Japan, I'm definitely in need of new what do you call that? What are these utensils? Depending on if they're fucking cheap or not, or I can buy them in bulk. But I'm in need of what the fuck are these utensils called? I don't even remember. But that bowl looks sick. But here's the thing, right? I was telling this to my mom, where I see my mom go to the shop and she's just taking 7 hours, and I'm thinking, how the fuck is it taking you 7 hours to do a trip that you normally do, and you're telling me you're going 2 times faster than you normally do? That's crazy to me. And it goes, you need to go to a shop with purpose, because the shop is trying to troll you into buying things that you don't need. And so you need to go there with purpose and knowing what you're gonna get, and not be trolled by something. Because I can imagine people going to Japan and just getting trolled by buying stuff that they're never even gonna use. Oh, what the fuck does this say?
Hey,
oh fuck, I forgot what this is. Fucking when you apply for something, recruiting in the middle of recruiting, that's what it says. Boshuchu. That's what it says. But yeah, what did you want to know about the Slovakia trip? Anything?
I wanted to look at Croatia for like a good few years of my life at this point, and I just wanted to know like what was it like dealing with I guess the locals, like you don't speak Slovakian, right? So
yeah, barely any.
you just kind of yeah, alienating. Okay. Yeah, I feel like
Wait,
that
what'd
would
you say?
be. Did you say alienating? I was
No,
like,
I said I only know a bit. So
only know a bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of alienating to not speak with anyone for sure. Because sometimes I'd be there, and this always happens to me when there isn't any sun, so always at nighttime, and it gets worse in the winter. Where for me, nighttime is in the daytime I can be just doing whatever the fuck. I could be, on the last legs of my life. If there's a sun in the sky, I don't give a fuck. To me, I'm fine. In the night, it's moody, anxiety. Now this happens occasionally. This is not a everyday thing. I'm not in mental anguish. I'm very good most of the time. But when I don't, it's always in the nighttime towards the end of the day. And I definitely felt that in Slovakia. I started feeling that maybe towards halfway through the trip, where I just felt so when there's sort of no one to communicate with on the level that you would understand, and that's just not even a language thing, because I mean there's two sides to a language.
After breaking your leg, I mean, how many people know English? If you like go outside at night and you break your leg, even in a like area, right? Like let's say you're in like a wooded
It's a very
civilization,
different
like,
thing what I was talking about. I was more
you
into
feel just general anxiety with the like the way
anxiety.
that right, yeah, fair. It's the complete opposite. Like for me, nighttime is like I use it like a cloak to go around and not be seen or cared about in
That's
some manner.
awesome.
So, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah, daytime. I do that with we're like yang on some level, because I do that with daytime. The more exposure of my and whatnot, anxiety out the ass.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like the nighttime. It's not an anxious experience for me. Other than the fact that the day is ending, and if I haven't done what I wanted to do in the day, it's very anxiety inducing. Um, whereas the day is full of potential, and oh yeah, so
It's the time you do
yeah, it's the time you do your things. And so nighttime for me, I don't know, I felt the loneliness in the nighttime, especially where that was the time where I want to go on Discord and talk to people, and I'm just not doing that then. Not that I couldn't do that, but you have to realize that interfacing with a phone does not makes me not want to use technology, because I know the computer is so much better. In terms of interfacing with everything that I want to, in terms of typing is so much easier, in terms of, having Discord on one tab and looking at it versus, looking at something else on another screen or window or whatever. It's so much cooler. Using things, it's so much faster, fluid, smoother. And so it made me not want to reach out and contact the people. But I did actually play 5K over there. So because he actually was messaging me, and I felt obligated to respond to him. And
likewise,
okay.
Likewise, yeah.
Oh, you just said
I'm just saying
likewise.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said likewise.
Okay.
Yes.
And so it felt very isolating just because I don't speak the language and nobody has the level of proficiency where I can understand. But also, language comes into to the forms. It's also, are you from my culture? And I don't mean, it's so weird, right? Because talking to normies is so different. Where I have to talk to a normie, so that's already one layer of talking to somebody. But also, I have to talk through another layer, which is the what you call it, the language barrier. So I'm talking through a cultural barrier and a language barrier. And the thing is, there was this one woman that just could not stop fucking talking. She's from England, but she moved to, I think she was on holiday. And my body, I didn't even realize at the time, but my body just froze up in front of her. It was one of my mom's friends, for context, so she's like late 40s. And my body just froze up in front of her in terms of, I just did not want to talk to this person. It was I just turned into one of the rudest motherfuckers. I turned into the rudest motherfuckers. And it was really interesting because what'd you say?
Like how? Oh, sorry. My mic's all goofed. My computer's ratted by the NSA type shit. If you don't want to talk to someone, you want to like symbolize that in any way. You don't want like passive aggressive behaviors. I assume with people. It's like fuck it. Like I'm just gonna be rude. Fuck you, sort of thing. Like I just stop.
Oh no, I do.
Sort of thing.
It was the case that I was in the car, and
oh, you're stuck. You're stuck listening to.
Yeah. So I'm stuck. But when I got home, or to my mom's house, she has a house in Slovakia too. She was talking about oh yeah, doing a criticism of British culture, my mom's friend, and she was saying, oh, you're really upfront, that's probably because your mom is Slovakian, and I'm just going, what kind of fucking cultural reading is this? And she was one of those people where she doesn't give you space to speak. She sort of speaks for you. I could have told you where I'm from and how I got certain things or why I'm like the way that I am, but she just kept on rambling. But that's not the point. That's kind of me just saying that this person's really fucking obnoxious. Regardless of that fact, it was really interesting because a normie's read on culture was on the national boundaries, which I just don't see. And the new one is, and if you've been on normie internet, it's Gen Z and millennials and boomers and whatever the fuck. And I just don't care about these, superficial generational splits because you say?
Oh, I said, no, come on, you're the generation they get to go on and be like, you're the internet generation. I mean, it's great. I love those social dynamics. It's so cool.
No, it's just a fugazi.
Go to any job. Yeah, I understand.
It's a fugazi split between, oh yeah, this is if you're born in these years, you're a part of a different generation, and now we're just considering that as a way to obviously people, if you zoom far enough, you'll see certain patterns, but I don't know why you draw at age necessarily. I think it's just a really broad thing to on an individual level. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, interpersonal communication is a really good thing to learn. Interpersonal communications. It's
I don't know if I suck at talking to people. Because
so I do, honestly, like I'm sure I do as well. Like communication is used as like a tool, as anything else a lot of the time, and I at least like I don't know, like talking to people. I get to where I'll just kind of fit the portfolio they try and put on me, and then I'll just kind of run with that, and to get my opinion out, or say at least find some level of having them in my head at least digest what I'm saying correctly the way I'm saying it, because it's better for me, like especially when it comes to like older, like you said, you use a normie term a lot, like older normies or something. Fucking like, dude, I'm skibbidying my Ohio right now, and also this, so it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Whatever, like, sure, like, like,
Nah,
I have my own personal thing, but that's what I do because you realize there's no way that you're gonna get anything out if you try and disrupt how they see you in some manner.
oh, you think so? I'm always so disruptive.
No,
People
there's no
being
way. Like proving yourself to another person and your opinions is like it's extremely difficult with especially someone that sees a generation barrier and some sort of social divide between you and the other person you're talking to, right? So my thing is what's
you sound like a
what,
pussy.
yeah, I mean it gives better like for me I'm just trying to like see the responses of the normie generations like
I like you
40
calling
to
them
50.
generations.
Yeah, of course I am. You said that you thought that was a really dumb idea. As somebody who goes on like history, I mean, obviously we do the humans are just humans at some level, obviously, but like seriously, there's something like I don't know. Okay, so is your friends like super hella annoying and they got you in a car and talking about like fucking trying to talk about your history and your family
Oh
with
yeah,
it, like your mother. It just
exactly.
sounds really wild.
Oh no,
I
no.
did just like
I was using that as an example of okay, this is a normie, and this is how they conceptualize the world, and they're trying to fit me into a barrier, or sorry, into a box, and that normie level of trying to break not even break through the barrier, but just going oh fucking hell,
how rude.
for me to
That's
sort of
like
elucidate how I am and who I am based on all the influences I've been on. Oh wow, you're just not gonna understand it. You have no. You're in the 18th dimension, and I'm in the 17th. You're just you're in a
exactly,
different
yeah.
dimension to me, and you don't exist. You will never understand what I'm saying to me. It's gonna sound like reading you a command list from a fighting game. Oh, forward five, towards forward. Um, jump CD, fierce into sweep, OTG. Like, what the fuck? You don't understand any of that.
Yeah, I don't even know that. I
I
guess
know exactly right.
it's
Yeah,
all excited right
that's why I'm using it as an analogy because you wouldn't understand any of that, and some of it I just made
yeah, I
up.
understand. I understand. I don't. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay. Well,
so
I mean,
yeah, my trip was in terms of you can't have if they're not in the same dimension as you, it kind of sucks to talk about things, at least for me. And that's why I say I might be a bad communicator because I want to talk about the minutia of a particular thing, and it sucks when, oh, let's say my cousin, right? She has, she's probably the only person I met that has, okay, maybe you have, the slightest overlap in terms of interest to me, and we just can't talk about any of the things because wait, you've seen anime before, but then when I ask what anime you've seen, that's sort of mainstream stuff, and in terms of what you like about them, if you ask me what I like about the anime that I've seen, for me, I'm sitting with you for 5 hours and I'm gonna be explaining you the meticulous details of okay, well, should I let's say with Monster, I think they took a really interesting snapshot and adhered to the into the history, and then also the in terms of the characters, blah blah blah. I'll be explaining a
you're
lot
trying to
because
explain Kinderheim. If you want to use the example, you're trying to explain your experience at Kinderheim to someone that just sees it off of like the media, essentially. I mean, is that a good analogy? It's
that
a
sees it
monster
off the
analogy.
what?
You're trying to like explain to someone. You know, remember like Kinderheim from
Yeah, I know.
Monster?
Yeah,
It's that
901 Kinderheim. Is it 901
yeah.
Kinderheim?
So you're trying to explain to someone who wasn't there, like what I'm trying to somehow summarize it in some manner from my own head, I guess, right? Trying to explain
501 is
that
not
like
901.
experience in some manner to someone that doesn't get it. Anyway, I kind of get it. I wouldn't say I'm a pussy, at least to let people assume specific things on me to allow conversation, though. Like I used to be super rude with people once I realized that click off, like you're saying a common interest, like oh anime or something.
Mhm.
Once I realized it isn't my pertained interest group, it's just something similar to what I enjoy, and they have like I used to be just a complete utter fucking asshole, but over time I realized that it just cuts me off from information they might have, almost like a bug. I'll just kind of like mosquito what I can get out of a person while allowing them to see me as that, that's I don't know. When it comes to like communication, that seems to be what is the thing? Like ask questions is always the biggest. Like just start spam questioning the person on their own life and whatnot, and then you'll normally get some realm of communication. I'll segue into something different from trying to communicate with them and like see similar interests. Anyway, I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm the best person to communicate with, obviously, but that's yeah. I had to cut that off like when I think around like 18, 19, I started realizing because I hit the point where I just didn't have anyone to talk to. Even people that I considered in my inner circles, I just let's say I find a different interest.
Got ear rape by this fucking video.
Yeah, I think you heard it on my speaker. Yeah.
What? Man, I don't want to be really sexist here, but I think I've been nice to women for too long for me not to be allowed to have one sexist moment, and it's this. It's not even really that sexist, actually. You probably know my opinions on this, but the Omega sort of makeup, not face or whatever. I hate when people call things face, but you know how she's got Omega makeup applied on her face.
Yeah, your mic keeps cutting off. I heard
Oh, is it? Is my mic
on? Yeah, it's been doing that a lot. I just want to put it out there.
Oh, you should put it out there earlier so I can move my mic close to myself.
Yeah, I was honestly just listening. I just try and pick out what I assume is the end of the.
See, that's what I'm trying to do with you, because you cut off, but I think you know that you sound like shit.
Yeah, no, okay, we gotta understand. People will, if I get the most professional mic, it doesn't matter. It now becomes a gaslight campaign. Yeah, get it, got it.
There you go.
Normally, I have to say it. I'll put it in text. It's all I gotta put on.
You have never. When is the last time you've used a mic that has a semblance of good quality, of goodness?
Probably 2020.
That's what I'm saying. You haven't used. I haven't waited on gaslight campaign. Just buy a cheap mic so you can talk to people. Anyway, I don't want to go on a mic tangent. You know what I'm saying, right? Where you see this makeup shit and my misogyny bones in my body just creak and go. And it's funny because it might be reversed. Wait! Is that the same person? That's not the same person. Hold on! Wait! Which one do you think that was? Who do you think that was? You see how different she looks?
Yeah. I'm not gonna say, but a person we both know is extremely against makeup and plastic procedures to make it. Like, what would I do in this situation when you feel like that? Why the fuck are they doing that? Like, I mean, you know why clearly. But
I mean, I know why. Yeah, social pressures, but yeah.
What do you think they want to look like? That's the biggest question I give. Like, if somebody like cosplay specifically is a really fun like juxta and that. But like, what do you think she's trying to go for here? I fucking yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, do you know why I think cosplay is cool, even though it's heavily applying makeup and changing drastically how you look like? Is because
you're doing it purposely. You're doing it purposely. You're trying to depict something that you aren't. That's at least what I see with it. Like you're actively trying to portray something you want to that isn't you, right? You may have like similar strings to it, but you're not fucking Freddy Fazbear, fucking 2B from you know what I mean? Hey, you're not that, but you want to look like, you want to show like that. That's what you're doing.
Usually,
when
cosplay is a social thing, right? So you're
Oh,
sort
yeah,
of
yeah.
signaling inclusion to a hobby group that you exist in, and this is the key word: a hobby group that you exist in. You're sort of signaling, "Hey, I'm a part of this. This is, it's always attached with, oh, I took a photo of this. It's not, oh, I went to a con with this. It's not something that you did on your own. It's not sort of, oh, I need to do a basic thing like go shopping or go to the park or go to work, and so I'm applying heavy set makeup or go to a wedding. It's not one of those fuck, I found a word for it in my word bank. Hold on. It's oh, here we go. Perfunctory task. is doing, you know, the makeup for, oh, I need to go to work, so I put makeup on, because you're trying to hit. Going to work is not something that for most people they're not excited to go to. That's an obligation that you are a part of so you can actually live your life. And so when people are wearing makeup and changing their default self to sort of painting over their default self, drastically changing what they look like, mathematically, I have to go, this is some sort of...
Mathematically, I'm done. I'm sorry. Yeah, mathematically. You're right, man.
Sorry, that's an adverb I like to use. Mathematically, something is going wrong there. So you are sort of... You're turning into a skinwalker. You're turning into something that doesn't exist. You're turning into sort of like an image that you want to project into the world, but you're projecting this image to a place that you necessarily don't care about. If you weren't going to this place, you wouldn't be projecting this image. If people weren't judging so harshly your looks, and if it didn't matter to your social success, you wouldn't get the affirmation for looking a particular way, and therefore you probably would not care to do that in the first place. And so I think, again, of course, and this is like a zoo opinion, by the way. This is, you know, all shit that I've, you know, discussed in zoo, and sort of on the same page with this, is that actually maybe not with makeup, but in terms of like plastics, I think plastics.
But they're intertwined, one into the other. It's a trickle down effect, right? There's like, if you start seeing the psychological aspects,
social
of it,
conformity
like
and inner dysphoria, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, it's not inner dysphoria.
Yeah.
I mean, it sometimes is, right? You notice that too. Sometimes it is, because sometimes
Especially
I'm
with
curious and just
females.
ask women in my life. So, I had an argument with my mom where she dyes her hair, and I go, why don't you just leave it gray? And she goes, it's my choice. And I go,
There's a difference in just like having body customizations because you like the way it looks. It reflects how you see yourself, right? And there's a very, very vague line between that and conforming to others to look
Well,
the way that people, when it comes to jobs and whatnot, way that you will want to be seen by other people. I don't know. I've talked to some extremely dysphoric people in my life when it comes to their image, their mental image of themselves, how they want to be presented, and what
and
they
you know how
actually
that's
see.
all formed. It's all from the outside. It's all you get. You don't just have your own opinions. Here's the weird thing too. It's, oh, you know, I want to look like this, or I'm not satisfied with the way I look. Usually that's something that is being projected from the outside into the inside, and you don't know where it's come from. You don't know where your opinions are. You kind of just feel certain things. Oh, why do you feel the way you do? All you're doing is surmising on why you think the way you feel, but it could be a bunch of really weird things that you don't even understand that's actually happening. That's why you need to yeah, you know, integrate and see as much of the inner world, and so you can, you know, correctly surmise as to, you know, why you're doing the particular things that you're doing. And I think when I get sort of like unintegrated answers from my mom where she goes, oh, it's just my choice, as if, you know, we're just people that make choices, you know, it's like, oh yeah, you know, why did because I look at from, you know, you have to zoom out for these things, you know, why do individuals do the things that they do? It's like, okay, I'm talking to an individual, so I'm treating them as an individual, but at some point you have to zoom out and go, okay, well, there is a trend of women in this society in this time that engage with their hair as if, okay, they need to, you know, reflect a natural hair color or something that's, you know, socially acceptable. And you're not running around with blue hair. You're sort of dyeing it to, you know, something close to your natural hair. You know, that's really curious, because all other women are also doing that. Not all other women, but there's just a vast at your, you know, like 48 I think she's 47 age range, there are so many women doing this. You can't just go, oh yeah, we just all somehow came to the same conclusion. People don't just come to the same conclusions. That doesn't happen. When you separate societies, you know, you go, oh wow, Japan, and you know, you look at fucking like Kazakhstan, you're in like fucking Samarkand in whatever the fuck the country's in, or you're in like Karakorum in Mongolia. Like, all these people have different societal standards that they adhere to. Or you go to some fucking tribe in Africa, in terms of, you know, what's seen as indecent, in terms of, you know, what parts of your body are you allowed to show. These are all once you zoom out and start looking at disconnected cultures and see everything that they do, you start to see, oh, that's not a choice. Clearly, this is not a choice. There are reasons as to why people do certain things, and these are not choices. These are heavily socially enforced and influenced through shame culture, through, you know, affirmation culture in terms of, you know, oh, I noticed too, right? When people are referring to a man's wife, they go, oh, you know, your wife is so beautiful, is like a default way to compliment your wife, you know, this, you know, basic perfunctory phrase that people throw out in greetings or talking about somebody's wife, and, you know, in passing, oh yeah, you know, she was beautiful, but it's not in terms of, oh, I want to fuck her. It's just, that's just a default compliment that you pay. Well, we have a society that so overvalues it's so ingrained at where we look at let's say women's beauty to such a degree that, wow, you know, it's kind of curious that we have, you know, crazy, you know, disintegration
Now look,
with a bunch of women.
look at where you paused and just think, what is going through that head? Like when they put the makeup on. I mean, they're taking a picture with an iPhone on a mirror with the equivalent of a kimono, which isn't one, but you know, sorry, it's not.
The,
You know, hey, man.
the kimono is sick, but it's not even really about the kimono. You notice that? It's not even really
No, it's
about
not
the
the image,
kimono.
but yeah.
It's not, oh, look how cool this fabric is, blah 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 blah. It's focused on the face, right? And you notice too, and you notice too, right? That's like a really Western thing, because if you look at old Japanese, like old school paintings, right, like it's more of a scene. Just even the focus in terms of that's also culturally decided too. The fact that you're focusing on the face, that's a super steeped in Western art. Like let's say post Renaissance, and this is super post Renaissance. You know, that's sort of my vague understanding of you know, like art culture. Versus, you know, Japan, you had these massive like landscape paintings. It wasn't usually on, you know, the face. It would be the whole figure. You know, you'd see the cut of the dress, and it would be more impressionist.
Like, mine sounds horrible, but yours doesn't work.
Would you say?
Oh no. Oh yeah, I thought you. Sorry, I didn't realize how the Discord thing worked on 4.3. Your poor mic. I hear like some things, and then like you're being like cut off
really?
or something. I don't know why.
Am I really good?
Yeah. I don't know why. Yeah. As I said, my mic might be. At least
Hold
it's,
on.
you know, not.
Is this better?
I don't know. We'll find out. If I hear you get cut, I'll tell you in real time at this point.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Tell me. What is this? Echo cancellation. Let me get rid of this. I'll just get rid of all the filters.
Might as well give you my. One of the only benefits of having a shit mic. I don't know how good the noise cancellation is, but I assume you could hear yourself like echo. That's why I mute.
Yeah, I always do. That's why when you start talking, it's really really tough to understand what you're saying.
Yeah, no worries. Understand. I might have some earbuds or something, but just imagine what's going through your head when you picture. That's the best thing, especially when it comes to people using makeup like this, regardless of the whatever. Mainly females, so obviously, like I mean, you know, what is going through her head in the video and taking the picture.
Actually, yeah, just because I was on this this GoTube, I call it GoTube, but it's usually like more female focused YouTube content made for females that are watching. What I noticed too, right, was I didn't realize, and Naraz told me this too, right, and I've known this statistic, but it's one of those things where you're just like, oh, smoking kills you, but you're like smoking 20 fags a day. It's one of those things where once you see something, you don't realize how bad it is. And it was, you know, women are, you know, the consumers. They're super into the consumer culture. They're the ones that are leading, you know, like fast fashion and buying, you know, like tons of makeup that they don't even use. And I didn't realize how bad it was until I saw this one video, and it was this one girl. And I don't know why I got recommended her. And she was, oh yeah, I'm doing this. I was on this like no buy algorithm. I was thinking, what the fuck is this no buy shit? It was this girl she was saying, okay, I'm not gonna buy any more makeup, and then she like pulls all her makeup out, and it's just like fucking bottles and all this. It was a whole table just filled with bullshit. And she's saying, okay, well, we're getting rid of this for this reason. You know, I don't need this. You know, it's a fucking waste. But I'm gonna try use this. And then she did an update video, and she was saying, okay, this was this product, I think it like fucked with my eye or something because maybe it was like too old, I don't know. And to me, that was crazy. To me, having a whole you have a whole inventory plus a fucking shulker box of, you know, more shit inside, that was crazy to me. Because to me, when I go to the toilet, I go, okay, I've got my shower, what do you call it? I got my shower gel, I've got my shampoo, I've got my brush. I need to shit now. LOL. All right, what about one?
I'm sorry, just shit now. I got my body wash. You know, I'm like trying to speed run.
Oh, okay. This woman looks
going to the
so
world.
different. I can't get over how different this woman looks. That's not the same woman.
Hotel. We had to get off the bus and go on the train.
You want to get into like behavior of these? Look at some. You know what somatics are, right? The way that people move their hands. Somatic. So
no, I don't know.
Somat. Oh my god, yeah. It's if you want to get into like human behavior and see how people, because it's like a hidden language of some sort. It's kind of like people like saying the term like politician hands a lot. You know, like when like they're like, I don't know if you've ever heard that term.
I'm more into Andrew Tate hands. That weird, you know, like
Yeah.
triangle shit that he does. That shit is sick. What the fuck? Sometimes I sit like that too. I feel that.
Somatics. There's an actual entire like Noam Chomsky tier like shit where it's like somatics are really everything. If you shake your hands when you talk, then you're implying that what you're saying is a statement or is serious. You know, like I'm shaking my hands. This is factual. Look at me. I'm shaking my hands.
I'm so skeptical of all that body language shit. So yeah, you have to do.
Oh yeah,
a
absolutely.
lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah, it changes per person. It gets like hella deep. It changes per person. But one thing that's cool is if you start picking up on the way that her hands work and whatnot, like okay, like inward movement to her face, like pointing towards her face, no, involuntary and moving towards face. Like just pick those up when it comes to bloggers. Seriously, it'll change how you see it because it's like they're basically involuntarily pointing at their face and going, "This is the object of attention right now."
Wait, wait. I noticed that, but not with the hands. But have you noticed that? Look at when we were watching Nomad Push, and look how and that's always pointed to his face, right? But it's different because he doesn't emote. You see how they're emoting to the face? Let's just watch this unadulterated because I'm kind of skipping through, but you know,
this is our little haul of our Lawson's run.
You know, it's how a
Trust me,
lot of that focus is on face and that.
And handshake, you know, that's really where the mind is a lot of the times in some apps.
Onion sauce on top, which looks really good unless you don't like onions. Soft waffle because we need a dessert. Tuna roll. Actually, got so much food.
You'd be surprised, like, most people don't have control over it. It's just something that's learned from being around others that do similar. You know,
oh yeah, of course, yeah. Everything is derivative for sure.
I'm not rocking with the drink.
Yeah, it's really interesting. They can't really say. No. Yeah, you see, okay, hand movement. Like she points, she does like a pinch to say that she's talking, right? Like that sort of shit. Like that's where you can really pull out the. Anyway, not trying to dump psychology on your ass with it, but you know, but the pressing of the hands normally is like I'm listening or thinking about what you're saying, sort of thing. It's a human aspect that gets left out, but it's heavily like especially on media. Zoom in on the.
You know what's crazy too, right? I like observing older women. Have you just looked at older women? I'm talking about like the grandmas that just super don't even give a fuck anymore. Where they have like fully white hair and you know they kind of do give a fuck. Like they probably do give a fuck to some respect, but they just super don't like their body is just they're like fully fat now. You know they're not. I don't know. Like back in school, like your friends' moms. And you would look at them, and some of them would be, way more, they would give a shit. They'll look, you would think they're younger than they actually are, and they're just the moms that are like, they're like massive, like sideways couches. That's how big they are. They're just, they're big ladies, or maybe just a little bit on the chubbier side, and they just let the fuck go. And I bet those women are living the life. You know, they're on pause right now, like fully paused, you know, mentally and physically. They're probably through menopause too. And you know they're just living the life. At least for me, they look like they're living the life because they just fucking let go. And as a kid, you know, I'd be critical of that because like, my mom was younger. She had me when she was 24. Fuck. I was like, oh yeah, my mom's, you know, way better looking than your guys. But now I have the opposite opinion where it's not really the opposite opinion because my mom was just younger, so she was going to look better anyway, you know, better metabolism and just more within that, you know, like still dating and stuff like that. For her, it's sorry, like for this like band of women, right? There are just way more women that just don't give a fuck, and I bet you're living the time of your life. I mean, yeah, you kind of just don't look. You don't look breedable, but fuck, you just, man, I bet you live in the life. At least to me, or only ostensibly, I bet you're happier. You have to be happy when you live disconnected from crazy beauty standards and like crazy mannerisms. When I hear my aunt, you know, she'll just fucking burp. She just goes. She still actually super cares about the beauty stuff and like age stuff. I mugged her off about her weight. I always go like, stop. Kugger. They don't say like kg, obviously they go kugger, and I don't know how to say kilo. I probably do just say kilo. After time of not meeting the expectations, you get acceptance and deeper understanding of why you care about them in the first place. But anyway, let's continue watching.
I always mess this up. Oh, you still just pull it.
Yeah, women. But the thing is, when I judge this about women, right? I'm not coming from a place of like, oh yeah, fuck young women for, you know, getting completely trolled out of their glory years by having to care about crazy, you know, superficial bullshit. At least that's how I perceive it, and a lot of the time I perceive it because makeup can be good, but when you notice a homogenization of how people do something, probably something really weird going on. When you see, let's say, and because makeup is art, that is, you know, that is a, you know, form of art, right? When you see art homogenizing into, let's say critique, you know, modern day game culture when it comes, okay, a lot of the game systems are homogenizing, people are sort of like copying, and now it's a parry because Dark Souls got really popular, or Elden Ring got really popular in that whole series of games. But also you see the homogenization of, okay, we need to pump out remakes, and we need to have a very familiar gameplay style, you know, let's say over the shoulder. That's a really popular view perspective that people have in video games. When you notice homogenization, ooh, okay, is this art or is this you trying to appeal to certain consumers so you can meet financial obligations? That changes. And that's when it stops becoming art, and that's when it starts becoming an obligation where you're trying to fit somebody else's what you call it, perspectives or whatever, and that it in some ways hurts the integrity. Now, it doesn't necessarily hurt the integrity, because when you make art, in some ways you're making it to be consumed and you want it to be digested in a very comfortable way. But when you get to the point where you're taking so much away from the vision, that's when it becomes a problem. And I think that's why modern day makeup, right? Okay, on an urban younger level, you can strawman makeup with face tats, plastic surgery as well. Intent is everything. Yeah, but the thing is, right, and this is what's talking to unintegrated, it's crazy, because when I talk to my mom, it's, oh, I'm just making a choice. And I was talking to my cousin too, this was last year when I went to Slovakia, and she was saying, I was saying, oh, why do you like makeup? I don't know how we got into the topic, and she was saying, oh, just because I do, because you know, it looks cool. And, you know, talking to unintegrated is crazy, because for me, when you ask me, yeah, fuck, I hate that where I'm like placing myself above other people. But truly, if you ask me about certain things, I can tell you quite deeply as to why I do certain things, or intentionalities, or I'm happy with working through why I do something. But when it comes to other people, especially my mom, because my mom, I'm very comfortable with being really sharp on her, and getting her to reflect and integrate her, you know, subconscious, as to why she does things. And when she says, oh, it's just a choice, to me, that's just, fuck, that psychologically damages me. You can't do any sort of reflection as to, you see society homogenizing onto a certain point, and you're not going, hey, it's kind of weird how everyone around me is also doing the same thing. Oh, it's just a choice. We just all chose to do the same thing in this society in this point in time. And then, you know, we go 100 years later and now people are converging on a different point. That's so weird how you all converged on that one point. Maybe it's not a choice, but something that you got inputted into your brain as to, oh, this is what I should do. You were programmed by society, as we all are, and realizing where we're programmed from, you know, that's where, what you call it, unshackling ourselves from bullshit expectations that have been set on us, and we allow ourselves to, you know, in the only life ostensibly that we have, we get to live outside of those expectations, and that shit's fun when you get outside of that. I asked my mother this when I was much younger, when my own mother, when she would spend 2 hours to fix her face, her response was, I want to like how I look. I deserve that. That's crazy. That's that's crazy. You spend 2 hours in front of the mirror and she says that.
Oh yeah, no, that was a huge thing where she was also a server at the time, so there were social expectations on how you look as a server. You want a pretty face as a server. I picked it up pretty easily because like my mother would do it simply for her job or for social events, but obviously I was living with her and she wouldn't do that. It's not like she's doing that shit like when she doesn't have to work. It was just when she had to work, she would do it. And I'm Mom, like, why are you, what, you look fine. Like, I swear to God, the people you're going to at your job, 'cause I assumed it was for her job, which it seemed like you only did it for, it probably was. But on some level for her, like, like, deep level, it was like, I want to feel like I can look good in front of others, you know? That was a big thing. She pressed that heavily afterwards as well. Yeah, I gave my mom a bunch of shit. I wish I could apologize for
Oh.
that. But you know, her thing was she wanted to feel good about herself to present to others. It was like, she negated the aspects others had in her, not just her job environment, but also social environment. You're seeing a
But
hyper,
you know how that crazy that is, because it's, wait, why should you, the question they should be asking themselves is, why should I care about the way I look? Now, that's a very obvious question, but because you notice the difference between like men are just way more slobby in terms of, you know, the way they're, you know, present, especially gamers.
Yeah,
So I'm from the gamer subculture where we're talking through Discord or Skype or TeamSpeak, and so we never what you call it, we don't see each other, and so we just allow ourselves to get more loose. You know, a lot of us are, you know, overweight, just because it's a very sedentary hobby, and so, you know, versus, you know, fucking swimmers, you know, it's like, oh yeah, I go to a cycling, swimming club, or, you know, trekking, or, you know, archery club. It's like, you're definitely physically fit, and you definitely, you know, wearing deodorants and know how to groom yourself correctly because you are being perceived. Whereas, you know, for us, it's, you know, like, oh yeah, you know, profile pictures and, you know, whatever, where, you know, you see EXE and he's the sort of, you know, the guy that grew up on the internet excessively and had his close friend group on the internet. It's, oh, well, you're changing your profile picture every day and your name every day because that's how people perceive you. It's the same thing. He is the young woman, where he's, you know, super curating his image, and it's to the extent where it's, oh, you know, I have my you know, place public and people can see my plays. I have my anime list, and whenever I'm playing games on Discord, people can see what I'm doing at the time. They can see exactly what music I'm listening to at the time.
Is my mic working? Fuck. Okay. So sorry. This is something I do years. So there's a digitized equivalent to this that you can see through Ben as well, and it's so fucking crazy to think about. It's the same exact type of thought that goes into the process of, these are my interests. This is what I do. Instead of it being your actual physical face, it's your interests, the way you speak, the way you act, etc., etc. With Ben specifically, my favorite argument is he has a Last FM. You know what Last FM is?
Yeah, Last FM. Yeah, I'm so critical of this, so I want to see what your critiques of it are. It's so funny. Wait, hold on. Hold the thought. I need to piss real bad. Feel me?
Yeah, go do your thing. Good. I'm sure you're fine. No worries. No rush.
Okay, Last FM, Ben, go.
Last FM. So there's this huge argument with when IMU used to have the board used to have like shared threads for your last FM. There's a huge difference in
Wait, hold on.
trying
Your
to.
mic is really shit. You sound really distant. So I can't really hear what you said.
It's okay. Is it better now? I just kind of moved closer to the microphone.
Okay, yeah. Start speaking.
Cool. So with Last FM, before I even knew EXE or played zombies the way I did back then, I don't really currently, but there was a Last FM argument on MU. The board MU was a lot of people. There used to be share threads for it previously. There's a huge difference. Like there's a huge argument here where a lot of people sharing it are just simply trying to have like a identity of some sort to push what they want and think people will find either cool or enticing in some way as their music taste or something. Like taste is a huge one. There's a huge difference in people that use it for its purpose. Which the purpose, like if you're gonna just use Last FM, I use Last FM personally just to log my songs, right? That's why I use it. Um, the difference in using it for the tool itself or using it as a vanity asset to confirm an identity. Um, for instance, like listening to Super Slut over and over. I mean, how many times do you think they actually listened to the song, or they just wanted a number on something?
Oh yeah, I was critical of that too. Yeah, how it's the specific over obsession with numbers, and I'll tell you this one anecdote where it was his ex-girlfriend actually. Get into some troubling waters where his girlfriend was talking shit, and I think he had an alt account into the Discord, which I told him, hey, you need to disconnect from that. Don't what is this information for? This information is completely superfluous to you. You don't need to know what she's thinking when you don't even know the context of what she's thinking, and like true context in terms of you don't know if when somebody's talking shit to you after a breakup, you're gonna take things way more personally than you really should, because a lot of that is just they are hurting, and so they're talking shit to sort of distract from their they're unintegrating. They don't want to integrate their feelings as to what their shadow was feeling. And so his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend's friends or herself was stalking what he was listening to, and then talking about it in Discord. And I was saying, okay, if this is causing you so much distress, why don't you just stop tracking your plays? You don't need to continue to track plays. And he was saying, oh yeah, but I want to track my plays. And wouldn't budge off the idea of this is probably something that I streamed. I'd have to specifically find the stream. I don't know if I streamed it, but it was mind-boggling to me, because it was, you're feeling distressed that somebody's stalking you, but through that distress, you will still continue to engage. You'll still publicly show your plays. You don't want to. Sorry, it was he didn't want his plays to be misaligned with how much he's actually listened to his song, because he's losing the play counter is not going up if he's not connected to it over how the fuck it works. Yeah, he just wouldn't budge off that. So that's an anecdote, sort of to at least my experience with him using last FM. But yeah, continue.
It goes into digital identity. It's a weird double-edged sword to even realize it, because you have to then look at your own self, kind of like how people do with makeup. And I think with the speech, if you want to bring it back to the person you're watching walk around and being recorded by someone, which is his own fucking thing. I'm not gonna imagine all the pedestrians are watching him be recorded. Oh, it's a social influencer. Look at him. It's like I look at these girls that go to Sephora all the time and they just test all of these products. I'm not like Sephora is a makeup company that's I'll just link it. Sephora is think like Gucci or like Fendi, that sort of thing, but it's for makeup. It's like I'd rather say it's more like what's a I don't know if you guys have Abercrombie and Finch where you live, or any of those sorts of brands.
I know mall brands.
But if you look at it's just digitized. Sephora. Here you go. Sephora.
Is it this?
Like that. If it says makeup, probably that's Sephora type.
Sephora.
I say Sephora. I guess I'm saying it incorrect.
VFX.
Well, I'm just makeup. Makeup.
Wellness and lifestyle. The fuck?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we have Bath and Body Works is another one. Bath and Body Works, those sorts of brands.
Oh, is it Sephora? Oh, that's. Oh, I misspelled it. My bad.
I put it in.
Oh, do you notice this too? The homogenization of sort of make-upping, this sort of like weird minimalist where it's like black on white with, you know, a sans serif font.
It's not makeup. It's wellness and being. It's not makeup. Okay. Yeah. Even on like a marketing level, they have to understand that. That's why they use the term like wellness. Like it's Bath and Body Works.
What? Wait, did they actually use that, or was that just something that I found? Because I think it was Sephora that I was looking at. I think there was something else I was looking at. But if that's their
Bath and Body
Works, it Bath and Body Works? Okay.
Yeah, Bath and Body Works.
I don't know where the bath is coming from because there's nothing to do with baths. What the fuck
no,
is
it's
this?
like
when you see this.
Yeah, that is Sephora. It's the equivalent of like going like I like comparing if you're gonna gender flip here, going with like a up and coming SoundCloud rapper going to Neiman's or like a Gucci store. It's the equivalent thing. You throw money at it.
You need to get close to your mic. You're losing me.
Oh my bad. It's equivalent to it's essentially just like what most people I think at least people I talk to like females they go, hey, oh yeah, Sephora is like fucking like it's a devil essentially, because all it does is like I'm not trying to make some like communist perspective on it, but like dude, capitalism with makeup and just it's fucking horrible. Like I like gender flipping and putting it on like men, like young men, because instead of it being Sephora, it's like going to Neiman's or something, getting like fucking loaded.
You need to yo can't. You got
No,
a blanket
sorry, it could
over
be
your mic or something?
No, I'm talking directly into it.
Okay. What was the men's alternative that you said? Hello?
I put it in text. I muted the mic just in case it's like fucked up. I don't know why.
Gucci? Oh, Neiman's. That was it. I've not heard of Neiman's. Neiman's Marcus? Oh, this?
Yeah.
Family Markets.
No, it's okay. It's just like designer brands, clothing, those sorts of wealth aspire. It goes
Neiman's
into like
Marcus.
a bigger.
Is it this? Neiman Marcus?
Yeah. Yep, there you go. Yep. Normally, yeah.
Big ups, 40 years. Big ups.
Yeah, I don't know that market. You got
this mail source looks way better in terms of the their writing, but I hate the way their shops look. There's all this weird boxy stuff, and look how small the name is. What the fuck? This looks bun. The fuck? That's like New McDonald's. New McDonald's versus old. This is what I'm talking about. This Happy Meal looking place. This looks way fucking better. What the fuck is this box shit? Have you seen this? This is how they look like in the UK, by the way.
Oh yeah, I know.
All the color is fucking vacuumed out. Bloop.
Architectural level, we're going with like some like brutalist shit. You're gonna add some trees to it, and it looks pretty for real. Like that's all that is.
That's how McDonald's used to look like. Hoovered out all the flavor.
So I would go outside. Like I used to have one of these, like almost the exact version where I lived in Georgia when in the early 2000s. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, architecture is just it goes into like you can go into gentrification and a bunch of other terms like that with the way architecture works in like cities, but like Seattle specifically is the same exact idea. It's just like we're like 10 years away from Blade Runner sort of aesthetic. I don't know if I said that right, but we're like 10 years. We're not technically in Blade Runner, but we're like 10 years away from it. And then like the the alternative discourse, if you don't enjoy that, is like basically just putting plants around it, like the same exact designs, and going, yeah, look, I'm an individual. Like, yep.
Big ups number
Fucking
9. Line 9.
The Beatles number 9.
Oh, McFlurry? That's the only thing that I get from McDonald's, but I haven't been to McDonald's in years, so.
I had what's her name, Lily. I had Lily recommend for me to go walk and get a snack wrap. I think it's the only thing I bought from McDonald's in the last few years. I don't know, some Warhol shit. It's always the same everywhere. And they just like that gets to use the media example, and they change the fucking menus of every country. I'll still get a Big Mac though. And
What's this?
anyway, I gotta go make sure my friends are alright and the other thing. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta go on some level. I apologize.
Processing, cooking, food preparation. Oh, fuck, how did I forget about cooking? Charlie,
Maybe the next, like, if you're still on in like a few hours, I'll still be
no.
around. But... No, fuck no. Yeah, it's like hella late over there. I'll be around. I'll be around. I'm currently.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that you live in West Coast America. So that's
yeah, it's currently 3:46 p.m. where I live. Let's see.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because for me, it's 23. No, it's almost.
Yeah, you're up late. I can tell. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be around though. I'm glad you're back from Slovakia.
I mean, I've been back for a month and like 2 days.
Well,
I barely told you how the trip went. I had so much more to say, but it just got way more into the
or something, because this is like you're gonna topic that I love talking about, and yeah, it's all I'm let's just say I have a lot to say, and I don't know how to like put it all into other things. Yeah, well, you be safe, bro. I'll be on tomorrow.
Alright, ciao.